What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. So, welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Glad to have you with us. Today, we're going to do a little bit of hangout stream. We're also going to drink some stuff some people sent in. You know, taste a little Pappies, maybe a little Knob Creek. We'll see. We'll see what we open up. We don't have to open up all of them. Maybe we get into a little bit of something. Then we're going to talk about some fantasy. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff. So, welcome to the stream. If you're in the chat, let me know what you're drinking on. If not, you're not drinking, grab some water, have some for your boy. I wanted to start off with a little old-fashioned, right? I know, call me crazy. I never have them. But no, I wanted to have some of the, what is it called? The Handy and Sheller. It's almost gone. It'll be, I got maybe one old-fashioned left. And again, if you can hear the kid crying in the stream, it's his bedtime. He's going to bed. So it's bound to happen. So what are you boys drinking on tonight? Let me see if I got to move this thing down and out of the way. Tuxedo Cat in the chat says yum. A little yum yum. Well, what? What are we saying yum to? The old fashioned or Friday? Or me? Liz in the chat. There we go. Now we're cooking. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. So how do we know for sure? I don't know. I could have sworn my wife was supposed to be putting the kid down to sleep, not watching YouTube. But whatever. Oh, man, my whole desktop like got knocked around the second I clicked the live button. It happens. I got the volume working today, so I think that's all that really matters. So, hopefully Eric can join us for tonight's show. I know he was messaging in one of the videos that I posted earlier how he went to the, what distillery was it? The New Riff distillery. And he got to try the flights. He got to do the tour. He got to do the whole works. He got a little hammerized. But that was 5 hours ago. So I told him grab a bottle of water, buckle up, get ready. Eric did send in for, she says I can do both. Eric did send in a couple samples. He told me he didn't have to, but he did anyway. He sent in Knob Creek 12-year. He sent in E.H. Taylor single barrel. He sent in Watershed barrel proof single barrel. And then, of course, Van Winkle Lot B. So, probably break into those. The Watershed, though, I don't know, or right here, I don't know too much about that one, to be honest. Like, I've heard of it, but I don't know. When I looked up single barrel stuff, apparently it's a lot more advanced than what I was expecting. So, if he comes on, I'll have him explain whatever the hell that one is. Bonnie says, take his word for it. I mean, Bonnie thinks I have 3 rye whiskey bottles in here, so. I do need to finish off a little energy drink, you know? But yeah, how's your Fridays going, boys? You at the house? You hanging out? You having a drink? What are you guys doing? There we go. Why does it say finish on this one? There we go. Still trying to organize my laptop after the kerfluffle that happened. There we go. Tuxie said, I love the channel development. Back in the day, call me old-fashioned, be like, don't send stuff. You could have poisoned it. Now, oh my God, samples. No, I'm still, I told the wife, I go earlier, I said, hey, if I die, his address is right here. Like, his address is off to the side. If I start to, like, convulse, I'm putting it on screen. No way he's taking me out without me getting him, you know? But Eric's been around a while. If I was going to trust somebody, I think I would trust him. He's a little bit older, so I don't think he's going to try and kill me, you know? He doesn't seem like some 12-year-old kid trying to send me rat poisoning, so. Or he is, and I have no clue. I'm about to drink rat poisoning. You never know. We're overcoming fears, apparently. Bonnie said family came home and just went to the rooms. They're tired. Did they just come back from that trip? I mean, they're probably extremely tired after having all that fun. Did you get the job, Bonnie? What happened? We're in here playing. Or my throat and voice is going crazy today. Guys, just so you know, if you haven't already, if you want to play fantasy football, the link is in the channel community tab. There's a few spots left. We got to warn everybody, though. Tuxedo's in there pretending like nobody has a bedtime. Tuxedo is messaging in there like if it's a AOL chat room. So maybe just a little fair warning, you know. KM says, what's on the menu tonight? I mean, shit, I don't know. Right now we have a little Handy and Scheller Old Fashioned, little premix thing. And then we got some samples from a couple, from a subscriber, aka Eric. He isn't here yet though, but we got Now Creek 12, we got some E.H. Taylor Single Barrel, some Van Winkle Lot B, and then some Watershed Single Barrel. So we're gonna break into those here in a minute. Danielle says samples. Hello, hey, Leafs. Hello, finally said it first. You know what happens to Leafs? They fall and they don't get back up and they die. Got him. Bonnie said, yep, Galveston, it's 6-hour drive. Oh, that was a trip they were on with 6 hours? That's brutal. But did you get the job? Bonding? Oh, he's like, I did not. They were not happy. I wanted Saturdays off, but they were willing to let me work another position that would let me have Saturdays off. However, they wanted me to work for nothing an hour. That's stupid. Why'd you want Saturdays off? Just out of curiosity. I go live on Fridays, so that's just curious, that's all. Tuxedo said, hey. Bro, the second I sent you the invite, you came in. I sent Liz the invite, and then I sent you the invite, and you were in there before she was, and then she was actively doing it. And before she could even get in, you're like, look, there's a chat room. I was like, I hope he knows, like, this chat doesn't go away. Like, it's going to be there. Tuxedo said, geez, and when you hear that, you've hopefully told them to shove it. Yeah, the dollar amount? Yeah, that's crazy. Cheers. But yeah, so. Old fashioned in the books. All right. I feel like I should start with E.H. Taylor single barrel because I've already had E.H. Taylor. But like, if we're going price wise, I imagine Knob Creek's probably on the lower end. What's the proof on the Knob Creek? Yeah, everything's 100 proof, besides Van Winkle, obviously, and the Watershed's 129.2 proof. That one's got a little juice on it. Bonnie says my dad is off on weekends, and Saturday is the day we go to the archery range and shoot and work with the owner there for practicing hunting division in the Buckle Series competition. Oh, yeah. Well, Saturdays is a must-have off then. Bro, somebody just clipped me and then made a profile picture. That's fucking hilarious. It says tease nuts. Got him. It says hello. I saw your video on whiskey and how you can drink it without touching. That's fucking what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, bro. David says, is it even possible to survive on $12 an hour? No, get the fuck out of here. $12 an hour is absolutely nothing. Bonnie says, Kat, I politely ask, what is the raise rate? 40 cents. Oh, that's what he said? I politely ask, what is the raise rate? 40 cents per year? Bro. $0.40 a year starting at $11. It would take you 5 years to get anywhere. Yeah, that's brutal. Well, you can always wait till you find something a little bit more juiced up. You know, you don't got to go with that if it's not the right fit. Oh, negotiating, and they still said no. Did you tell them that you like moonlight and whiskey or no? Danielle says, damn. Tuxu says, geez. Bro, fucking people are crazy. All right, let's dive into these anyway. I was going to wait for Eric. I'm feeling he's not going to show up. I feel a feeling he's probably passed out face deep in a soft, My Pillow commercial, So, that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the Knob Creek 12. Kind of work our way from there, Don't need bank. I legit want 13 an hour at least. I mean, to be honest, bro, like, even 13 is tough to live off of. And that's like, I don't know. I don't know what your bills are, so I'm not really asking, but if somebody offered me 13 an hour, I'd punch myself in the face. All right. So Knob Creek 12. If you guys remember, he was drinking it one night, and I said, I'm not a big Knob Creek fan. Right? I have the 9-year here, but it's nothing that impresses me. And everybody says that the old years are better, right? Everybody kind of raves about them. I said, I don't know if I want to spend the money on something like that if it's not something that I care for. He's like, this is awesome. I'm going to send you a taste. You let me know. So let's dive into the 12-year Knob Creek. So obviously, this is 100 proof. Okay, so right off the bat, it doesn't. Where's my 9-year? Let me see real quick. Where the fuck is my 9-year? Oh, there it is. Yeah, not even close. Yeah, it doesn't even smell even close to the 9-year I have. This one smells honestly a lot more like my Jim Beam 7-year age. A lot of sweetness, like caramel, vanilla, and a little bit of oak. Daniel says starting on the knob. You got to do foreplay before you go down to Pappy's. That was good. Let's see. Daniel, I text you. What the fuck? No Creek, Knob Creek. Yeah. Bonnie says, call me old fashioned. I did my trade, and I got this year's little book and Raya 127 proof. Okay, that's good. I mean, what do you think of the 127 proof? I mean, this, to be honest, this smells delectable. So it's, I'm only getting like the kind of like basic bourbon notes. I'm not getting anything too complex on it though. But overall, it has a decent nose, not a ton of ethanol. Can I expect that though? 100 proof. So, all right, let's go for palate and taste. A little water. I mean, honestly, that's definitely the best Knob Creek I've had. But it doesn't taste anything like the other Knob Creek that I've had. Paige Williams says, I'm sorry, what are we doing? Well, it's Friday. We're hanging out, having a good old time, tasting some whiskey, bourbon in this case. We had some samples sent in from some subscribers, and we're just giving them a little try. The chat's crazy, so if you're referring to them, yeah, people, I mean, it's got a mind of its own. Yeah, overall, this is this is night and day different from the 9-year. The 9-year obviously is 100 proof as well, but it's, I mean, the color's almost the same. This could be fucking 9-year, and I have no clue, and I'm just doing it blind in a sense. But the flavors have a little bit more oomph to them, and it's probably from the age, is what I'm going to be guessing. Like, I don't think the mash bill is different on it. Paige said, go team. Thank you. Go team. Bonnie says, haven't opened it yet. I need to finish my Still Austin and Kentucky Spirit first. The guy also gave me some samples. Well, that's awesome. You have a lot more like self-control than I do. Like if you're able to finish a bottle before you open another one, I got sent samples and I was like, I gotta open them all before I even drink any of that, you know? Eric says, I'm here for a few fellas. Cheers, everybody. Eric, I have questions on these samples in a second. Does that compare the two? We'll do that later. I don't want to get too buzzed or anything like that before I get to try them all. I'm not buzzing, but just in case. Yeah, this Knob Creek 12 though. Eric's obviously the one that sent all of these in, by the way, boys. So everybody can thank him for today's video. Today's video is sponsored by Eric. Yeah, but 12 is way better than 9. I think it's the age for me. Maybe I have a thing about age, but this reminds me a lot of the Jim Beam Black 7, but like a little bit more elevated version. So it's very good. So we'll put this over here. Eric's like, I'm here for a little bit, guys. I'm hungover now. Everybody's jealous you went to the new Riff distillery, so. Yeah, I waited like 10 minutes. I finished my old fashioned first, gave him time to knock off the dust, you know. I didn't just rush into it. He's like, proceed. All right, Knob Creek solid. Let's do the E.H. Taylor single barrel next, because we know that obviously I really like E.H. Taylor. But I just had the small batch. Eric, I did say, like, if I like passed out from like rat poison or something like that, like I made sure everybody knew it was you that sent these. Bonnie said, my samples started off pretty gross though. Howlerhead tasted like Great Value Banana Laffy Taffy. I heard it does taste like Banana Laffy Taffy. I don't know about the Great Value part though. Caribou Crossing was nothing than plastic, bro. Caribou is disgusting. I try to warn you. I make these videos to inform you guys. If you don't want to listen, that's you. That's not my fault. I've voiced my opinion on Caribou 1 billion times. He's like, got him. Bro, if this was fucking rat poisoning or piss or something, I have your fucking address. I'd be pissed. I'm very much nervous about these. He says there was an Irish whiskey with a frog on it. Irish whiskey is a frog. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. That was milk chocolate, then instant oak and cigarettes. Well, fuck. When you say cigarettes, that kind of like throws me off. If you say like tobacco, then sure. But if it tastes like a cigarette butt, that might be gross. Oh, instant oak. No, probably nasty then. Daniel says, if you feel sleepy, could you imagine? I just fucking pass out. Wow, on the nose, it smells like chloroform. All right, so let's dive in. Obviously, we've had E.H. Taylor small batch. We have not had single barrel, though. So let's give this a try. I mean, it smells almost identical on the nose. He's like, no piss or eat poison. I like your content. I wouldn't be able to watch it anymore. Maybe that was the plan. It's to take over rat poison. maybe the plan was to take over the channel. And you're like, call me old fashioned now. He's like, they were not good. Tried Weller Special Reserve and Blanton's. They were good, but not bottles I'd buy. They are bottles I would buy if I can get them for MSRP or like right around MSRP, which is like $60 and $25, you know. So I like Special Reserve a lot, but I think that's just because I have sentimental value to it. But you guys know that story. So, but yeah, a lot of people are saying they have a lot of hype behind them, so it costs a lot of money. So, but E.H. Taylor, I'll buy that stuff all day. All right, let's try the single barrel. Fuck me, I'm gonna have to try it side by side. That tastes just like small batch to me. But I don't think I've had this in a minute. Okay. The single barrel is a little bit more intense when it comes to the flavors. Just like slightly, but they're almost identical in taste. So I'll say the finish on the single barrel was a little bit more. Paige says, forgive me for being clueless. You snagged me from YouTube. Doom Spiral. Totally get it. He's like, what's your baseline here? This your business? You looking for a new supply, or are you here for like super fun collection purposes? Well, Paige, what I'm here for is I need a reason to write off on taxes my alcohol. I'm just kidding. No, I mean I could, but I don't make money from this. No, this is just like a fun hobby. Like obviously, like my main job is not this, but I like making content. I like bourbon. I like whiskey. So I come on the internet and I talk about it. And so my baseline is just to have fun. And if down the road we make some money from it, from AdSense or something like that, totally fine. But I'm not here to sell anybody anything. I give everybody my thoughts and opinions so they don't go waste their money on something that may be too expensive and not good. So I just give people my opinion on different alcohols. But I'm not here to just be like, this one gets you drunk. They all do that. So go to the cheapest if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for like taste or certain profiles in it, that's what we do. That and we get fucking drunk apparently. So Eric says, have you cracked the Van Winkle yet? No, absolutely not. We're waiting for you. Or I was waiting for you. Bonnie says, call me old fashioned. I saw another hunter who posted a video in Jacksonville about those stores. They looked like they had amazing options. If you're talking about Bruzel, they did St. Augustine. I don't know about Jacksonville. Jacksonville does have some great liquor stores, but they don't typically have a lot of great like allocated selections. Usually it's all points, or they're museums. So Tuxu says, I got a bottle of Bonding. Let me know who it is. I'd love to watch that just to see where they went. Tuxu says, I got a bottle of Irish whiskey, little piss yellow in color. I'll send it to you. You won't be able to tell. I'm not drinking that. Daniel said, Tux. Drago says, I'm sure he said, bourbon, love of my life. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Tuxu says, that was Bruzel's. Always says, damn, call me old fashioned, has sold out. It's a dark day. What does Bruzel always say? Paige says, brilliant, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Bourbon Hunter came? I didn't see he came here. I saw he went to like Pensacola. I didn't know it was Jacksonville. If you're talking about the liquor store thing, Kat, I mean, there is only two types of liquor stores around here. There's the ones that have absolutely nothing. Oh, the write-off? Well, I have a business that I can tie this to, so I'd love to write this off. Absolutely. There's no doubt I'd love to write this off. I've spent a lot of money on this shit this year, so. There we go. All right, yeah, single barrel, solid stuff. I mean, maybe I would have to have like a full bottle to like sit there and really drink back and forth and compare for like a good minute. But Gary in the chat just subscribed. Appreciate it, Gary. Welcome to the family. If you guys are subscribers, by the way, if you want in on the Fantasy Football League, there's a link on the community chat, tab. There's no buy-ins. It's just for fun. But it does have a $200 prize for the winner. And of course, if you're not first or last, you get absolutely fucking nothing. There's a few spots left. So if you want in, go join in. It's first come, first serve. If you don't want in or you're not going to play, by all means, do not join, because that would suck. But yeah, so Knob Creek, solid stuff. E.H. Taylor single barrel. I mean, you can't go wrong with E.H. Taylor. That just is what it is. So far we're 2 for 2 on the good train. Now I looked up this Watershed single barrel. This one's got some high proof to it. It's 129.2 proof. When I looked up single barrels for Watershed, I don't know if I still left it up, or I just think I was like, yeah, we'll just let Eric tell us. Eric, is this a certain one of the single barrels? Because apparently they have like fancy names to each one of them. Is there something special about this one that I don't know? I mean, let's do the Van Winkle first anyway. How about that? Eric should join despite his better judgment. Tuxedo's like, please let me get somebody that's not as good as me in there. All right, let's do the Van Winkle Lot B. That's what everybody came here for anyway. I feel like I've drugged that part on long enough for you. All right. Van Winkle Lot B, proof is 90.4. Should ease it in there. That way, in case I like it, I can sip it on a little bit more, you know? All right. Let me see. There we go. There we go. There we go now. All right. Why is that bouncing around? This was a Bourbon Real Talk pick, and I was able to snag it. Bourbon Real Talk. Bourbon Real Talk. I'm not sure. All right, let's clean the palate real quick. Let's get a little water. Let's do it professional. Let's be professionals. Yeah, you just click the join button. Let's see. Bonnie says, I would play, but football is not my sport, so I would not win. I don't think I could commit to it. Then it's okay. You don't have to join. I'm not pressuring anybody to because it does take commitment. You got to watch football every week. You got to kind of stay in tune with it a little bit if you want to win. If you just sit there and play, you're just going to lose, which would kind of suck for you because who wants to come in last? Tuxedo says it's not even really a sign up. It's just a Yahoo thing in general. Yeah, no, the link is there. It takes you right to the join page for it. And once that fills up, nobody else can join. So once we know who's joining, right, and I have all 12 teams, I'll do a live draft order pick. And then that way everybody knows where they're picking. And then from there, I'll be live during the draft. So that way you guys can watch my reactions to it. We'll drink some bourbon during it. Bro, that got some fucking fruit on that baby. I don't know what it is though. I would say berry, but it's not berry. It could be like a strawberry-ish type of vibe to it. Maybe like a I don't know, peach. Something along those lines, like a strawberry to peach vibe. Somewhere in between that. There's definitely a fruit note on it. But then it also feels very much like the E.H. Taylor's. It very much feels like Buffalo Trace. Let's put it like that. Yeah, bro, that's fucking delicious. But that one fruit note is just what sends it because I've never tasted that before. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to like describe it. Am I not seeing somebody's chats? Who's Rusty? Cheers on that, Rusty. Is Bonding's real name Rusty? Like on the nose, it very much smells like Buffalo Trace, right? Vanilla, caramel, a little sweetness, a little ethanol, but nothing too crazy because it's under 100. Bro, that is, man, what is that? Eric, if you're still in the chat, what is that fruit note on there? Do you know what it is? Bro, it's throwing me off. It's good. Steve in the chat says, Pinkle out. Pinkle. Little pinky. He's like, no, it's Josh. Who the fuck is Rusty then? Eric says, I'll be back. Our hotel room is fucked up, so I have to switch rooms. Be back shortly. Bro, what a time he had to leave when I drank the Van Winkle. Tuxedo says, Bonding's real name is Bonding Over Whiskey. Oh, Josh, I mean. Daniel's like, sorry, my bad, Josh. I mean, somebody said Rusty like 3 times in here, and I just thought I was missing somebody's chat. I gotta look, bro. I'm like tripping. I gotta look it up. Has anybody else had the Van Winkle 12-year Lot B? Has anybody had that before I look this up? Pumbaa, bro, you got Pumbaa in the chat. He says hello. Kuna Matata, bro. Kuna Matata. So apparently nobody has. And of course, Eric walks out as soon as we talk about it. I'll look it up in a minute. So the Van Winkle Lot B 90 proof is delicious. Dare I say one of my favorites, because that note, because I don't know what it is, automatically draws me in. When I go through like the basic notes was like the vanilla, the caramel, some sweetness. I got like a little like somebody whispered chocolate over it. It was like chocolate, right? There's like just enough for me to register it, but not enough to like keep tasting it. But that fruit note is very prominent, and I don't know what it is, because apparently maybe I don't drink it. I was thinking like strawberry or peach, right? Somewhere in that lines. Turt says hi. Turt, what's going on, bud? Bonnie Roy says, "Oh yeah, I get it for like 40 around here a bottle. Buy one a week." What? The Bobby Extra Crane says, "Coming in late, still working. So is it worth it, bro?" Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so don't get me wrong. The Van Winkle secondary is disgusting. It's like $1,000. I got a free sample, so I'm tasting it from a free point of mine. For the free, it's amazing. But I will say, there's a note in here. I got to look it up because it's driving me nuts. That I don't think I've tasted before, but at least not this prominent. And for me, if I find a note that is very different from a lot of stuff I have, that starts making it worth it. Because if I want that note or if I want a different taste, I could get it. And if this has a different taste, it automatically makes it more valuable to me. So $1,000, I don't think anything's worth $1,000. Let's get that straight. But for MSRP, absolutely. I would say it's even worth paying extra. Not $1,000 though. Like if you can get it for like cheaper than that, that would be the ideal. So yeah, I gotta do a little extra taste. I don't want to look it up. I just want to pick it up, but it's driving me nuts. I can't pick it up. Bro, it's gotta be peach, right? I mean, it's either peach or strawberry. That's what I'm feeling. I gotta go with your gut sometimes. I'm gonna look it up. Bobby says those bottles are blurry in the camera. Yeah, that's my bad. I've been moving around. So we had a subscriber send us in some samples. We got some Watershed barrel proof, some Knob Creek 12 each, Taylor single barrel, and then Van Winkle Lot B. We tried the 12-year Knob Creek. It was good. I wasn't a big Knob Creek fan though. I didn't care for the 9-year. The 12-year was actually very good. It reminded me a lot of the Jim Beam 7-year black, the 7-year age, but just like a little bit more elevated. So I liked it. It also had a little bit higher proof, so that's why. But it reminded me a lot of that. The single barrel E.H. Taylor. Who doesn't like E.H. Taylor single barrel? You know, I have a small batch, but the single barrel is just as good. I don't know if there's too much of a difference on that. I didn't really have enough to really try that to figure it out. But the Van Winkle so far, I'm gonna look it up here. I gotta know the note. All right, Van Winkle Special Reserve 12-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon, a perfect combination of age, proof. The 12-year of aging is a medium proof, a 90.4. It seems to be just right in creating a very pleasant drink of whiskey. Okay, that was whatever. I don't care. I said, okay, tasting notes from Buffalo Trace's website says, highlighted by aromas of dried mango. It didn't taste like mango, though. Mango would have given me more citrus vibes. Cocoa. Okay, I picked up a little chocolate. It wasn't much, though. Fruit and spiced peach. Hey. Peach. That's got to be what I'm tasting. Maybe that's why it's throwing me off, because of spice. I mean, the fruit part, the fruit. What I'm gonna take from these tasting notes, and I'm looking at, I said strawberry or peach is that note that I'm getting. Maybe it's a mix of like a dark fruit and spiced peach combined that's giving me that weird fruit note that was too hard to pick up. Flavors of honey, sure. I didn't really pick up honey. I just picked up sweetness, and I said caramel. Oak and tobacco, dancing on the palate. Finished by, and the finish was balanced and dry with lingering tingles. The finish was okay. There was nothing like too impressive with this finish, I would say. Paige says, you said Jacksonville. Are you in Arkansas? No, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. There's a bunch of Jacksonville. There's like a Jacksonville, North Carolina, Jacksonville, Florida. What's... You guys are going crazy in there. But yeah, that fruit note, that threw me off. The finish was okay. Nothing too crazy. I would say for a 90 proofer, 91 proofer, if you want to call it like that, like a decent finish. But with anything under 100, it always has a quick finish for me. See if it says anything else. Van Winkle Collection Awards. Most recent awards, 2019 Gold, San Francisco World Spirits Competition. 2019 Silver, International Spirits Wine Competition. 2018 Excellent / High Recommendations, between 90 and 94 points. Ultimate Spirit Challenge. 2018's Best Bourbon, Small Batch Bourbon, New York World's Wine and Spirit Competition. It's pretty cool. But they haven't won anything on this since 2019, so whatever. But yeah, I would say it's pretty good. It's definitely, there's a reason to be hyped up about it, I'd say. That little fruit note. Yeah, the fruit note, bro, is what's carrying it. Without that fruit note, they have nothing. Like, it's just Buffalo Trace. But that extra little fruit note in there sends it for me. Did it tingle? It didn't really tingle. I would... Okay finish, quick. It's like, it's been a while for him. That's what I'd say for the finish on this guy. But yeah, no, overall, solid stuff. Highly recommend getting it if you can get it for the right price. There's nobody in the chat that I'm going to say, hey, go spend $1,000 on a bottle. Don't do it. You can buy a bunch of other bottles. But if you can get it for less than that, and even if you got to spend a couple $100, because of the scarcity of it, because of the age of it, and because of like the hypeness of it, I would say spending between $500 and $600 would probably be realistic for something like this. Like, it's good. Is it really worth the $500-600? Just the juice, nothing else? Probably not, because it's good, but that's $500 or $600, right? But like, if you can find it for that, I would definitely say pick it up. I don't even know what MSRP is, so. But $1,000 ain't it. What I would recommend, this would be a smart thing to do. If you want to have Van Winkle Lot B, go to a bar, not like a dive bar. Go to like a bourbon bar that does pours. Buying a pour of it, more than what I'm pouring here, it'd be a healthy pour. They'll probably charge you anywhere from $20 to $40. That's worth it. Go get one pour for $40. Totally worth that. That's what I would recommend. That's what I would recommend with any kind of really expensive whiskey. Go buy that. Don't buy a whole bottle, because you don't need that. You don't need to drop $1,000 on it. Go buy, if you have a special occasion like that where you really want to go buy a fancy pour. There's a bar here called Industry Pub in Jacksonville, Florida, that has everything. You can go up there and buy a pour right now if you want to of the same stuff. Unless they sold out, but I imagine you still can. Daniel says, wait, what's the cost? $1,000. If you wanted to go online right now and order Van Winkle 12-year age Lot B, it's $1,000. I see some for like $7.99, $8.99. They're all over the place, but $1,000 is the average. That's why I said, like, it is very good. The note sends it home for me of saying like it's worth something. I don't have anything else on my shelf that has that weird note. Eric, I've been talking about Van Winkle since you've been gone. I feel like you've missed out. But you have a whole bottle. Eric, what did you pay for the Van Winkle? Not to be like all up in your financials, but like, did you pay $1,000 for this, or what did you get it for? Alex is damn smart. Now you tell me. Hey, my bad, Alex. My bad. Danielle says, holy shit, that's 2 months rent. No, Danielle, holy shit, that your 2 months rent is $1,000. My rent is double 2 of these, 3 of these bottles. Eric says, TC, damn hotel. Cheers, Danielle. Did I miss anybody? Any Pappy, Danielle? Okay. I mean, all Pappies are expensive, but fuck. I mean, what's the Pappy Van Winkle 23 years like? $5,000, something like that. Something crazy. Guys, if you're in the chat, you're watching, feel free to drop a like. It does help the channel. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, helping us grow. We did hit 1,300 subscribers, so I thank everybody who subscribed already. And anybody that is already subscribed, that's already part of the family, feel free to go join the Fantasy Football League. I haven't checked. I don't know if it's full already or not. Probably not, because most of you guys say you're not a big football fan. But Eric says, "Are you still in the Van Winkle?" I've been soaking it in. Eric, you got to tell me. So when I tried it, I looked it up. So I already know. I don't want to tell you yet, but there is a fruit note in there that is like delicious. It was so good, but I couldn't pinpoint it. I came between two thoughts. I was like, it's either like a strawberry or like a peach, right? But I couldn't tell like what it was, and I came to the conclusion it could be a combination of both. But did you get that note when you drank it, or are you just pounding it? Danielle's living a good life over there. $500 for rent a month. Okay. You guys, I don't want to drink the whole thing. I want to savor this one, but Tuxedo's like I'm moving to Canada, eh? Yeah. Alex says, bro, you haven't given updates on FF fantasy football. Alex, you gotta stay tuned up, bro. If you want to join the Fantasy Football League, Alex, go to the community tab probably right now. There is a post that says Fantasy Football. There's a link at the bottom. You just click join. It doesn't cost anything. I'll read you guys the post if you want me to. I almost clicked the wrong button there. Yeah, the post basically says if you want to join the Fantasy Football League, it's a 12-team league, few spots left, no buy-in. Nobody has to pay anything. You just join. It's the first 12 people in there. Tuxedo Cat's in there giving people hell already. I'm going to pick the draft order live through a duck race. I have no control. Since I'm in it and I'm also a commissioner, that's the only fair way I can think. And then on top of that, I'll also be live for the draft. So that way we can all kind of talk shit and have some fun. But the draft will be online. Paige says, is it $1,000 delicious though? My goodness, $1,000. Like if you gave me this and said, would you pay $1,000? No, I would not pay $1,000. I do think it's probably something I would spend some good money on though. But Paige, the one thing that like you're missing is the $1,000 that it costs is secondary. That's people reselling it for $1,000. It's not what the distillery sells it for. Eric says, ha ha ha, nope, pounding it out. I'm with you, though. I got a sweet fruit note that could be strawberry, but I couldn't really put my finger on it either. Eric, so I looked it up, by the way, right? The Pappy Van Winkle. Yeah, the Pappy Van Winkle, where is it? 12-year Lot B. The tasting notes are light aromas of dried mango, cocoa. I got chocolate, but it wasn't enough to be like there is a mocha note. It was just like somebody whispered chocolate over top of it. And then it says a fruit and spiced peach note. So I imagine there is probably like a dark fruit, strawberry-ish, mixed with the spiced peach. So I'm going to say I picked out the notes perfectly, and then everybody can fight me in the chat over it. But it was good. It was really good. And that one note was so, it's a different kind of fruit note that really drives me to it. That's all I'm saying. All right. I've kind of talked enough about the Van Winkle. I'll talk about it again because I saved half of it. So that way I can drink it a different day as well. Just to give it like a different thought process on that one. But let's dive into this other one. The Watershed. The sheds of the water. He's like, I didn't get any peach on my palate. I'm not a big peach guy. Like, I don't care for peach too much. But I had a feeling it was something like peach. It could have been plum as well. So that's just what came to mind. But I couldn't really, I really couldn't put my finger on it. So I had to look it up. When I looked it up, I was like, okay, maybe this is it. So I think I did a pretty good job of picking the notes. I'm not the best notes picker, but yeah, it was pretty solid. Let me go back to, there we go. It's like you said that peach. Hey, peach. All right. So the last one of these samples is a Watershed barrel-proof single barrel. Now, if I can scroll back, or Eric can drop it in again, he did get this from, I believe, another YouTube channel's single barrel pick. And it's so far back, I don't know where it is. It was from Bourbon Real Talks pick. So, he picks his notes. Eric says I could eat a peach for hours. I think we all can. I think we all can, boys. All right. Watershed, barrel proof, single barrel. You know, I think why I like that Pappy so much is I believe it's wheated, right? It's a wheated bourbon, the Pappies. Bro, fucking want that Screaming Titan from Redwood Empire, bro. I'm pissed. I don't think I'm going to get lot of the batch one, and I'm going to be missing out on it. So, all right, Watershed single barrel proof. This is 129.2 proof, so a little bit of extra juice on it. I will say, definitely a little bit more ethanol on the nose. I mean, other than that, though, it's kind of muted. My nose may have been shot already now. Daniel says laughing face. Bonnie says MSRP for Pappies is like 90 to 150 depending on which one. Yeah, this one's probably like 150 is probably what I would guess because it's a 12-year. But they're all fairly cheap. But they're also hyped up for a reason, right? They are very good. But a lot of the price is hype. Whoa. That one's the rat poisoning, right? Kidding. That has tons of fucking flavor. That's too much going on. Liz says, who's joining fantasy? Eric says, it's grain forward. Watershed, but the grain is not overpowering. No, I didn't get like too much grain to where it would knock my socks off. I got tons of flavor on that first sip. Like a shit ton. But I will say it didn't drink 130 proof because I just... Paige says, what do you mean your nose is shot? Is there a cap on samples? No, Paige, my nose is fucking dog shit. Like after drinking so much alcohol or smelling so much alcohol back to back to back, ever since I had COVID, my nose has never really worked that great. With alcohol, if I really focus on it, I can get it, like it works, but it doesn't work as well. That's right. So think about like from non-alcohol standpoint, right? non-bourbon aspect. If you just sit there and smelled rubbing alcohol for a while, your nose would just get burned till it was immune, right? Now when you go to drink bourbon and you're trying to pick out the little subtle notes in it, you're looking past that alcohol note. And sometimes after you smell too much of it, at least for me, my nose just kind of gets muted. Especially because I finished with the higher proof instead of starting with it. Daniel said the wool made me laugh. Hey, it punched me in the face. Liz says, I'm in it this year. Let the games begin. She said, and some Greg guy. I don't know who that is. She's like, that would be my father. He's like, oh, so glad I asked. Here first before I shut off in the mouth in a leak. Paige says, I'm stupid. That's why I asked. You're not stupid. Most people don't know. And I say weird things, so don't worry about me. Oh, he doesn't give a fuck. See? I don't give a fuck. I say weird shit all the time. It's not a rye, right? This is like, I don't even know what it is. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's like eating a Gushers, right? You eat a Gushers, right? And it's kind of like, oh, cool. There's some flavor, and then it like the juices go, and it's just like flavor. Alex says, can't join fantasy football using my phone. Got to take out the laptop. That's weird. Did it say why, Alex? Because if I go on there, I can just click the link, and it'll just say join. If you guys can hear my kid, he's losing it out there. I gotta put a little bit more in there. Eric, you still here, bro? Fuck it. I'm gonna look it up. What's the mash bill on this? I'm gonna bet it's got like, it's got to have like a 10 to 15% rye in there is what I'm gonna guess. Watershed, right? Yeah. Okay, so mash bill is 72% corn, 21% rye, 7% malted barley. Oh, bro, I pulled up the exact bottle. How did I do that? Oh my god, I gotta put my fucking birthday in. Oh my god, I don't want any of this. Get out of here. All right, I literally pulled up the exact bottle, which is pretty cool. Okay, so Watershed Distillery, barrel strength, single barrel, 129.2. Yep. Selected by Bourbon Real Talk. 71% corn, 21% rye, 7% malt. They made about 192 bottles. Decent size. Heavy brown sugar, toasted oak, hints of nutmeg, and backgrounds of fruity nose. Nah, I didn't get that. That wasn't what I would have described it at all. Okay, I was reading the nose. I didn't get shit from the nose besides sweetness, so I guess maybe you're right. Palate is sweet oak, roasted plums, slight citrus, and honey. No, that's not what I'm getting at all. I'm getting the rye note. That's probably what I'm getting, which is really good. Maybe the honey. I would say more of a dark fruit. I guess that's what they can call the plum action. Roasted plums, but I don't get any citrus. I get the oak, but the oak would be more of like a sweet oak, not like anything too crazy. They said finish is medium to long with a lingering, carrying sweetness. I agree with that completely. I'd say it's like, I wouldn't say medium to long. I would say like quick to medium, but definitely has some sweetness that lingers on your palate. Kind of like coats your palate a little bit different to where it was it just kind of leaves like a little bit of a sugar taste to it. I missed so much of this. Chat. Eric says, if I remember correctly, it may be MGP. I would not guess MGP. If it is. Let me go back. Is it bottled Indiana? Head distiller? No, bro. This is... No, Watershed Distillery. So I don't imagine it's MGP. Eric says, so I was wrong, not MGP. No, not MGP. Tuxedo says, I'm drinking warm apple juice. I'm still sick. Thanks for asking. I didn't know you were sick. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, you were. The car, we made jokes. The congestion is worse than I'm trying to sleep because it was, okay. Yeah, get better, Tux. I mean, I'm a fan of it. I like the proof. The proof is good on it. I like the flavors. To me, this one, I probably wouldn't have picked up the notes as easy if I didn't see it on there. I get like a fruity note. I got the sweetness of the honey, the oak, but like really kind of fine tuning it, bro. It kind of hits you weird. It's like like when everything happens so quick on the palate. It's just boom, 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 boom. You know. Thomas says, "Cheers from mid Michigan." Thomas, welcome to the stream, bud. Let me check. Let me see if anybody's joined fantasy before I keep talking. Fantasy football. Where do I go? I mean, there was tons of people that requested to be in. So for nobody to join in yet from that side, it's crazy. We are about 5-6 people already, so we're going to 12. So I don't know which people said yes to that poll, but y'all better get in that fucking thing. Thomas said, oh, okay, I already read that. Eric says, I hope you feel better, buddy. Drink a hot toddy. Hey, there you go. Yeah, overall, Eric, you sent in some bangers, bro. There wasn't anything I didn't like. I liked every single one of them. If I had to, like, honestly say something, like the E.H. Taylor is, like, solid, but, like, very close to small batch. So, like, I would say that's, like, kind of middle ground. The Knob Creek 12, I'd say that's probably my favorite Knob Creek now. Again, I'm not going to be, like, super duper hyped about it, but it is very good. The Van Winkle and this Watershed, though, those are up there. The Van Winkle's going to take the fucking lead, though, because it has that note that I have never had before. The Watershed is, I like it for the proof, and I also like it for like the sheer amount of flavor that just smacks you in the face. So both of those, but nobody's going to be able to get the Watershed because that was like a single barrel from somebody picking it. So it's but if you could get it somehow, good on you guys. That's a good bottle. Eric said, glad you like them. I mean, they're fucking bomb, bro. Eric's going to create an issue for me because now I got 4 bottles I want to go buy. So I'm going to save these, right? Just because, one, I want to save them. And we're going to drink something else now. In honor of Eric getting hammered today, we're going to drink some new Riff. Thomas says, sipping on some Evan Williams American Hero 2023 edition. I saw that at the store today. I didn't buy anything today. I controlled myself, but I did see it. I didn't buy it, though. But I saw it, and I thought of you, so. I was like, oh, I should get that. And I was like, save my money. Tuxedo says, Eric even asked me if I wanted some samples. No, I don't know if he was going to send me any of these or if he had a B lineup for everyone else. But either way, Eric's generosity will not be forgotten. Yeah, Eric came in clutch. Those are fucking bangers, bro. Because I was not going to buy the 12-year Knob Creek. But I will say now if I see it and I see it for a good price, I probably will buy that one. The 9-year, I was going to pull it over. 9 years not. I don't care for the 9-year. But the 12-year was very good. That Watershed, I'm upset I can't get that bottle. Like, I'd love to be able to just buy one just to have. But the Pappies, the Van Winkle 12, I'm not paying $1,000 for that. But if I can get it for MSRP, you bet your ass that's what I'm buying. Eric says, New Riff has a silver grove that is wonderful. If you find it in stores, buy it. What I've seen with New Riff, if you want to get something new, that new Riff, if you go to the distillery, they always release everything at the distillery 2 to 3 months in advance before it ever comes close to me, at least, in Florida. Like, we still have not received any of the 8 years, like 8-year rye or 8-year bourbon. I'm looking for both of those. I don't want to order them. I just want to pick them up in store. But I want both of those. They haven't made it in Florida yet. They came out with something else right after that I was looking at. Unless it's way secondary. No, I mean, I imagine their bottles are going to be around $70, $80 for anything too fancy, but that'd be worth it. Tuxio says, that's so awesome of you, Eric, but LOL, trust me, any of these samples would have been wasted on me. Call me old-fashioned, be like, there's this note and that note, and I'd be like, dude, that's good. That's what I feel like I do, bro. I feel like that's all I'm doing is going, this is good. Like, I can pick out some notes. I don't do that. Like, I mean, I do kind of do that, but like, I'll do it a little bit to, like, when I'm by myself. But I mainly am trying to pick out the notes for you guys because I know that's what I would want to know if I was watching a bourbon challenge. Like, what notes you getting, bro? Like, what's your palate taste? Like, what are you getting from it? So I'm like physically trying when I'm on the streams because that's what I figure you guys want to know. If you just want to know if it's good or not, I think every alcohol is good. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll drink that. Some things I like a lot more than others, but we were cruising at like 30 people in the chat at one point, unless my fucking shit was off, but only 9 likes. So if you guys are watching the stream, feel free to drop a like. Helps your boy out. Let me go check one thing. Get my fucking Baba Daddy. The kids out there still fucking awake somehow. Maybe not. Watch time is fucking way off. How long have we been live? An hour? That's not good. Well, now the camera was set up for the small bottles, the secondary one. I just lay it on its side. Fucking falls over on my account there. Yeah, Eric says, TC, if you think it was good, it wouldn't be a waste. I agree with that. Not everybody's gonna pick and prod alcohol. Most people, the average person, buys a bottle and goes, wow, bourbon. I like that. And that's all that's needed. The notes, the extra stuff, that's for more content reasons. And for somebody that really does get nerding out on whiskey and stuff like I do. But most of the time, what everybody's really looking for is how fucking good is it? Is it worth the money? Is it worth the hype? Is it worth the hunt? If it is worth any of those things, yeah, fucking pick it up. Have some fun with it. I still can't get over that note, though, from the Pappies. That shit's fucking with me. Peach. Peach and strawberry combined. What would that be? Like a peaberry? I'm not good at that. Eric says, all right, peeps, getting up early to hit a few more distilleries and heading home tomorrow. Glad you like the samples. Peace and love to all. Keep pouring. Love you guys. Cheers. Eric, you have a good rest of your night. Rest up. Let us know how the distilleries go tomorrow. And then, of course, I'm probably going to be live tomorrow watching the fights. So feel free to pop back on tomorrow. We'll have some fun. Yeah, the fights, UFC fights are tomorrow. And We have Patty the Batty, Patty Pimblett, fighting somebody. I can't remember his name. So they're fighting. Tom Aspinall is fighting. So it should be a decent card. I'm more than likely going to buy that card and watch it with you boys. Or by my fucking self. One of the two. I'm watching the fights. The wife's like, the kid's not going down. Thanks for the content, Eric. Tuxedo says, that actually kind of sounds weird. I didn't hear earlier, did we have any new peeps to the league? It doesn't look like it, but it also looks like people were having trouble with it. So I don't know if that's like a me thing. Like, did I fuck something up? Or is it just not as easy for everybody else? I'm probably going to drop the link in the chat just for shits and giggles. You got mail. Now we have next to nobody left in here, but for anybody that was trying to get in the fantasy league, there is the link. You should be able to just click on it. Let me double check it. Why the fuck I say that? Go to league. Oh, fuck. That's because I'm already in it. Fuck. Yeah. I mean, if anything, I dropped down to a 10 league team. Tux says, not you. I joined just fine. Tuxedo, I sent you the link in your email. Tater Dom says, oh shit, I'm late. Cheers, call me old fashioned, and everyone. Tater Dom. Alex did just join though. Alex figured it out and got into the fantasy league. Tater Dom, I know you win everything, but if you want to join the fantasy league, feel free. We got all knows that you'll end up picking number 1 in the draft. So, Tater Dom, you missed the reviews, bro. I did like 4 reviews for you guys. You missed everything. I did do a little Van Winkle 12-year. Eric sent us in some samples. Maybe I'll clip those up and you guys can watch them later or something. Texas said, oh yeah, I forgot. LOL, I forgot. I'm special. I mean, you are special. Yeah, I mean, Tuxedo, you were like, there was a few people I sent the links to because they asked me specifically saying, hey, I really want to play. So I sent them the links first to make sure that they had a spot because there was 32 people that said that yes, they wanted to join the league. And there's only 12 spots, so it's the first 12 people to pop in. So I sent the link to a few people that said, hey, get you a spot, and then I'll open it up for everybody else. And then nobody saw the post, which is fine. It's not the end of the world, but hopefully nobody fucking says, hey, after it fills up going, hey, you didn't tell me. No, we talked about it in the live stream. You got to make it to the live streams. That's on you. I've made a community post. I did my job. The job's done. Join if you want to. I mean, whoever joins anyway, they're getting worked. I'm coming out with a ring. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe I'll do like I don't know how expensive this is. We're just talking off the hip for a second. Do like a call me old fashioned like fantasy football ring. Just saying that could be cool. If I win, I'm getting one for sure. For sure, get one. The question is do I give one to the winner? How expensive would that be? I don't know. Kind of like a Super Bowl ring. Alex says, done deal. Alex, I did see you joined. I got some kind of a notification. Yep, half the league is filled up now. So I think his name currently in there, Hawk Tua Tagovailoa, which is AKA Big Bob. Bro, he sent me some fucking amazing names. I told him to save them, switch them up during the year, have some creative, have fun with the names. I have Call Me Old Fashioned. That's so everybody knows that it's me they're playing. But we'll see. Just and by the way, Alex, since you're in there, if you like your sleep or don't like talking in chats, mute the league chat simply because Tuxedo Cat, he likes to talk. You know, he don't care what time it is. He's rifling off some messages in there. What's your name, Tuxedo? It says Shave Kitties. You changed your name like 3 times. Oh, it's Fuzzy Kitties now. I mean, it's okay. I know it's you, so. But yeah, new Rift, solid stuff. Man, I really want to drink the fucking Pappies now because I'm fucking bougie. But I'm gonna save it. Yeah, it was shaved kitties, waxed kitties, fuzzy kitties. But he sounds like Shelton on the Big Bang Theory trying to put himself to sleep. That's an advanced joke there. Before I forget, everybody knows that I'm a big Redwood Empire fan. I made the video about the Redwood Empire's upcoming schedule. The one thing I didn't know that is now currently live on the Redwood Empire website, the Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast, they just released batch 4. With their batch 4, they changed up the mash bill a little bit. It's like 5% more wheated and a little bit less malt on there. So it's still obviously the Bourbon Bond. But that's now live on their website. You're able to go buy that for like $80, $85. They also released the Rocket Top rye, which is now even higher rye mash bill, less everything else. So, yeah, if you were looking for those two, feel free to go to the Redwood Empire website, go order some. Fucking put my name if it gives you an option, so that way they fucking know I'm sending people. Show Me the Proof says, I like kitties. I just can't eat a whole one by myself. Cheer, thanks all. Wait, show me a proof. What? What are we talking about? I'm confused. Show me the proof. I'm confused on what the meaning behind that one was. But cheers, bud. Alex said something. I missed it. He said, great reference, Tuxedo said. I know. I came out. A good one. Alex says, this deserves a pour. Hey, celebrate now because in fantasy, you're getting whooped. It just is what it is. I'm not going to let somebody win because it's somebody else's, you know? Cheers, show. Eating out, kitty. Show Me Proof says, Tuxedo Cat, back from the trip to UP. What's UP? He said cat joke. That's funny. I mean, I can eat a whole one by myself. We'll stop there. All right, let's switch it up. About halfway on this new Rift. I'm gonna probably stop drinking it as much just so we can keep it around, you know. I didn't want to get the batch 4. What do I have? I have batch 3 of the Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. I probably got to get the batch 4, right? I just want to get the Screaming Titan. So like that's where I was like, oh, I'll save my money. I won't buy that one. I'll buy the other ones. But let's go budget. I haven't had this in a few days. We'll go budget. Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I didn't know that's what it was called. Now you're teaching me things. I'm not a big fan of Michigan, though, because it has bees. Lots of bees. The quick version of that story is I photographed a wedding in Wisconsin, drove over to Michigan to say I went to Michigan. right? Cross off one of the states on the 50 on the 50 road trip, and when we stopped in Michigan, there were so many bees at this gas station that they followed us all the way to the Welcome to Michigan sign. And we couldn't get out. The wife's allergic to bees, so that makes sense. But hopefully you had a good trip, though. Hopefully you didn't run into bees, and you had some fun. I'd love me for a good vacation right about now. Ooh, I do have a lead on the Grain to Glass Heaven Hills. So hopefully if I can find them tomorrow, we'll be talking about those tomorrow. Show me proof said born up there and took my brother's remains to the cabin my grandfather built. Damn, bro, that fucking got dark. But that's cool, though. I'm sure he would have appreciated that. I will retract one of the things I said earlier. So I tried that Knob Creek 12 year. I said it reminded me of the Jim Beam Black 7-year age. It does not. This one has so much more oak, so much more caramel sweetness to it that it's not even close. That's my fault. Didn't mean that. Thomas says bees are better than snakes. Fuck no, they're not. I can see a snake. I can pick up a snake. I can't pick up a bee. What am I gonna do? Grab him? I either squish him and he stings me or he crawls around on me. I don't want that. It's like blow proof. Show Me Proof says, we're all good. Poured the 210-90. Still awesome rye pick. Amazing. 210-90. I don't know what that one is. Still awesome rye, though. I haven't had the Still Awesome rye. That's the one thing that I've been slacking on. I hear that their ryes are just incredible, though. I also hear the same thing about the New Riff's ryes, too, but I haven't had that one either. Again, when it comes to ryes, it's not like the first thing I go by. Alex has been fishing, been eating fish since Monday, caught a crap load of fishies. That's awesome. I haven't been fishing in a minute. Yeah, Thomas says, lived in Florida for a while, snakes everywhere. Yeah, snakes are everywhere here. I live in Florida now, but I know what to expect. The bees, they move too quick. I also stepped on a nest one time when I was younger. Fucking got stung by like 100 times. I'm just not a fan. Tuxedo says, I have a snake. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, man. That kid is not going down. Alex says, I was going to call you, ended up having no service. You were going to call me? How were you going to do that? Danielle's over here thinking she's apostle tongue. Is that how you pronounce it? Harry Potter is what I was quoting, by the way. David Williams in the chat says, give him a sip, he'll get quiet. Bro, you're telling me. He's on one of those moods today where he learned something, so he doesn't want to go to sleep. I tried to offer him a sip. The wife told me no. He's also teething, which I said. They told me no. Oh, he says Sunday when deep sea fishing, you were live. Oh yeah, that would have been cool. The call-in show, you call in while you're fishing. It could have been like I was fishing with you. No, that would have been cool. Yeah, I'm sure you didn't have service. David pops in, goes, give him some alcohol. He's 4 months, by the way. I don't know if it's really like where we're allowed to. Thomas says that JB Black isn't bad for 20 bucks. I got mine for 18. And I'd say it's solid. It's not no $100 bottle, but it's for under 20 bucks is my new favorite budget bottle. It has a lot of flavor. The only downside is it doesn't have a ton of proof. It's not my favorite overall, but I wasn't a big fan of Jim Beam. Like I kind of stayed away from it a little bit. Like I didn't really care for it. I picked this one up because like I saw a lot of people talking about it, and I'm so glad I did because it's really good. But I also like it a lot because of the price. So that music's too loud. That's my fault. There it goes. Danielle, I don't know. You're just digging yourself a hole over here. I don't know what to tell you. The question is, where do we go towards next, right? I still got some newer stuff I really haven't like touched too often, which is the Kirkland's Bottled and Bond. That one's basically brand new. Bonding over whiskey here. We can drink some Caribou for him. Just kidding. I'm not going to drink Caribou. Caribou there is for show at this point until I dump it out. 1792 full proof. You want to drink some Travelers? I haven't had Travelers in a minute. Not that it's like anything amazing by any means, but if we're sticking along lines the budget value bottles. Tuxer says, LOL, as a member of Danielle's PR team, we've worked to limit the damage. So yeah, what's next? I don't know. Danielle, what are you drinking on? Colt 45s? Thomas says, I heard that Kirkland Bottled and Bond is pretty good. It's pretty good if you like 1792, because that's basically what it is. It is a cheap version of the 1792 Bottled and Bond, because I tasted it right next to the small batch and the full proof, and it tastes identical to those two, except for just 100 proof. So if you like that, then yes. I think I got it for 25 bucks, and I mean the bottle's pretty fucking big. Is this a liter? Is this? Yeah, this is 1 liter for like 25 bucks. So comparison here. Doesn't even fit on the bottom camera because I had the bottom camera set up for something else. Yeah, Thomas said Costco. Yes, Costco. Always Costco. Not always Costco, but Bottled and Bond Kirkland's is Costco's. I got a membership. But it's from the Barton Distillery, 1792 Master Distillers. So when I saw that, I was like, I wonder if it is the same, right? Because I didn't really do a lot of research on it. That's on me. But it's very similar. If it's not the same, it's super close. So if you like 1792, it is worth a pickup. If you don't buy it. Don't waste your money. I know Bonnie over whiskey, he's not a big fan of 1792 in general. He didn't like the bottle of Bond especially. So I imagine if he picked that up, he'd be pretty pissed. Tuxedo said, fuck Costco and Sam's Club. Why do you say that? Are you a BJ's kind of guy? All right, people, give me 1 minute. I'm going to go check on the kid just to see if he's all right. So I'll be back in just a minute, okay? So entertain yourself. Tuxedo Cat's going to entertain you guys in the chat, apparently. And we're back. Let's see. Couldn't beat the prices, though. Okay. It's like the stream's going a different direction now. Yeah, I mean, we took a left turn. Coming of Fashion needs to play something on it momentarily. Play something on what? Shh, shh. He's back. He's back. Shh. Quiet. I have a triangle, not flute. What does this one do? Right. Stupid. I have weird sound effects. Thomas said some Costco's had high proof Four Roses single barrels for $86. I didn't see that. I mean, $86 might be a little tough for Four Roses, but depending on the proof, at least around here, there's some Four Roses single barrels around here that you can get for like 60, $75. Alex says Costco really do have a gallon of Jack. I haven't seen Jack at mine. My Costco was kind of. I have two that are by me. And they both kind of suck, to be honest. Like they don't. They have like. Well, the most recent trip I went, they had the 1792 full proof, 1792 small batch, new Riff single barrel. They had Elijah Craig small batch, Four Roses small batch. Larceny small batch. I think that was basically it. They had like vodka and gin, other stuff, but for their bourbon selection was very minimal. It's like a small cube. It's nothing like massive. Like I know some Costco's you can walk down like aisles of alcohol. This is like its own separate like little square, right? Of like almost nothing. And both of them around me are very similar like that. Thomas says, I heard they're going up to 129. I didn't hear that. So, but I'm also not like super big into the Four Roses. Like I know it's good. I had it at my wedding, so like I imagine it's decent. 129 bucks might be too excessive though. Jack Danielle. Well, you know what Alex is thinking about? Well, Jack Danielle. Texas says, "LOL, Alex, we're gonna scrutinize your every mistake. It's my job." Yeah, true that. Thomas said old no. Oh, old number 7 is swill. Daniel said maybe I should make some whiskey. Maybe you shouldn't, because that means it would be Canadian whiskey. Nobody likes that shit. Tuxedo says seriously though, I gotta turn this down. It's killing me. Tuxedo said seriously though, I still get new people at work who ask me, should I call you Dan or Daniel? And I'll be like, okay, I'm not 5. I could give a shit what you call me. LOL. Your name's not Daniel though. Or Dan. He's like, just call me something. Shut up. His name's not Daniel. I don't know where he came up with that one. I think he forgot I knew his name. I mean, he could pass as a Daniel, though. Like a Dan. Danny would be his name for sure. Daniel said, look up the song Old Number 7. Call me old fashioned. I don't like Canadian whiskey. Nobody does. Tuxedo Cat says, neither of you seriously remember I said my name is Dan the first time I called in? You could have, but I would have said, I probably didn't call you out on it because I already knew your name at the time. I just didn't say it. We've moved on to Weller Special Reserve. Let me see if somebody else is still live and I can turn it into a little call. We'll call in maybe. Damn, he's still live. Playing on my phone. I know, boys. I know. Playing on my phone. Holy shit, that chat moved quick, didn't it? Tuck says, I'll go back to whatever you guys thought I was. Wait, what do you guys think I am? Rather, Thomas says, rather have Yukon Jack than old number 7. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Old number 7 has its own little special place, right? Nobody's going out drinking old number 7 by itself. You're doing Jack and Cokes if you're doing number 7. Besides that, you're not going farther than that. But nobody's going to say, ooh, let me get a Yukon Jack and Coke. Just saying. Taylor Dom says, if you can get a hold of some Found North, that's the only Canadian whiskey that's worth a shot, in my opinion. Found North. I heard something about that, but I don't remember. I don't remember if they said they liked it or not. Found North. Who recommended that? Somebody recommended it to me, and that's where I was like, okay, well maybe we try that. But also, like, I got Caribou thinking like that Canadian whiskey was going to be one of the better ones, and it was dog shit. So I was like, let's stay away from it. But anybody that is new in the chat, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It should pop up on screen. We'll give you a little shout out. If not, let me know. Feel free to like the stream as well. We only got 10 likes. We got 25 people in here. And then, of course, any of the people that are a part of the Call Me Old Fashioned family, you are subscribed. Feel free to join the Fantasy Football League. The link is on the community tab. Only 6 spots left from the last time I checked. No buy-in, obviously. It's all free to play. Have some fun with us. $200 to the winner. I was going to do a bottle, but I have a feeling there's some people that aren't 21 that are joining in there, so we're just gonna do cash. A little Cash App, a little Venmo, something like that. Obviously, you got to win. So if you're not first, you're last. Maybe second place can have an honorable mention. And I have to price it out. Maybe we do the winner, especially if I win. If I win, we're definitely doing it. But depending on the price, we do a little Call Me Old Fashioned Championship ring. Hey, just tossing ideas. Thomas says used to keep a bottle of Yukon in the snowmobile. Thomas, remind me again, where are you at? Why do you have a snowmobile? Is that like keeping it? Is it like the same thing in Florida, like keeping it on your surfboard? Is that like the equivalent? Keeping it on your boat? We don't have snowmobiles down here. We don't get snow. Taylor Dom said batch 9 should be circulating. Danielle, good luck. Batch 9. Taylor Dom, are you saying batch 9 is good, or are you saying the other batches are better? Just for my own reference, in case I want to do a Canadian whiskey night. Thomas says Michigan. There's a lot of Michigan people in here tonight. Okay, I guess Michigan probably has snow. I've only been in Michigan for a couple hours, and it was summer, so no snow, but Alex says, you guys want my Zelle info? Grab a pen, guys. Alex, that's if you win, and they don't Cash App. It would be me. It's just the Fantasy Football League. It's sponsored by Call Me Old Fashioned, which means it motivates me to win even more, so I don't have to pay anybody. That, and I want to spank you guys because there's if you're not first, you're last. It is what it is. I'm here for W's. But I like the shit talking. I'm here for it all day, every day. Once the season starts going, we'll do updates like weekly on the Friday show. Towards the end, we'll do a little update on the fantasy league. That way we can talk smack. Thomas says, you live in Michigan, you have a snowmobile, especially northern Michigan. Damn, I want a snowmobile, so maybe I move to like Wisconsin or something like that so I can buy one. Tuxedo says, don't worry, Alex. Taking it all. Tuxedo Cat fucking wanted to pay me off so we can draft Josh Allen in the first round. So I already know Tuxedo Cat's an easy win. Quarterbacks don't go in the first round, guys. Just, I'll give you, I'm not going to tell everybody everything, but quarterbacks don't go in the first round. They could if that's who you ultimately exactly want, and that's what you want, then sure. But you could probably get them in the second round, or third or fourth round. But it's your choice, your draft. I'll draft my draft. You draft your draft. Taylor Dom says batch 9 should be easier to find. I've only had batch 5, 6, and 8. They were thumbs up. Okay, well shit. Batch 9 is easier to find. If you try batch 9, let me know, because maybe I keep an eye out for that. Danielle says, Tater, where are you from? Tater, I would like to know as well. Where are you from? I have a feeling it's like West Coast, maybe like Nevada, California, maybe even Arizona. That's what I'm guessing. What do I know? Tuxedo says, I'm taking Josh Allen first round. I hope you get the first pick, Ben. Can't risk anyone taking him. I mean, it is your draft. I've seen worse. I've seen people take Lamar Jackson in the first round. So the only issue with drafting, I used to be in this work league, right? And in round 1, you would see like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and like random players like that go in the first round. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Which would just open it up for me to just eat. SoCal. See, I said California. But yeah, Tuxedo. Tuxedo, especially you, because I know you haven't played before. Do some mock drafts. Get an idea of where players go, so you just have an idea at least, and then you can make your own draft out of what you want. But also know, typically what happens is when you think, hey, I'm about to draft somebody, somebody always picks them. So you got to have a backup. This year, I'm in a different league as well, and I got to do a live draft. That's going to be difficult. That's where no computers, just a big chalkboard. So Danielle's like, I'm from Toronto. But guys, drop a little like on the stream. Helps your boy out. Subscribe to the channel. We just hit 1,300, which I guess is a milestone, right? I was going to do 13 colonies, like Bonding Over Whiskey recommended, do 13 colonies for 1,300 subscribers. I didn't find it at the liquor store, but we did do a little, what is it? Not Watershed. I mean, we did that too, but we did a Winkle Lot B review, a little sample action from one of the subscribers who sent it in. Really good stuff. But yeah, and again, fantasy football, as far as I know, is still open with, I believe, 6 spots. So if you want in, feel free to join in. Tater Dom says, I feel like it's the 4th time Call Me a Fashion has asked where I'm from. He also has my address. Tater Dom, I have the worst memory in the world. But also, like, you gotta think, I'm trying to remember everybody that pops in and out. I do my best. That's my fault. Tater Dom, all I picture is like that picture that's up here. I'm gonna pull it over. I feel like that's actually you. Like if I met you in person, if this wasn't it, I'd be disappointed. Just so you know. And you said the 4th time, easily the 10th. Just saying. Tuxedo, did you see they just gave Tua the extended contract? That was smart and dumb all at the same time. I don't know what to think about it, but yeah. So when it comes to the whiskey stuff, we got some other videos pumping out soon. Those should be dropping next week as well. But yeah, we're still going to do the live streams on Friday. Mondays are a lot more difficult than I thought they were going to be. So those are on hold until further notice. But tomorrow is UFC 304, 303, something like that. I don't remember which card it is. But I should be watching that tomorrow. I'm probably going to go live for that. I can't show it on screen, but you guys will be able to see my reactions. We'll kind of hang out, drink some whiskey, drink some bourbon, maybe make a couple old fashions. Tuxedo said, do you see my predictions on the Dolphins? I did. And I agree with it to an extent. I do not think we're going to win out the season. You know, I just don't think that's a thing. But I will say, I know you're a big Bills guy. The way the Bills lost Stephon Diggs and they replaced it with Samuel or whatever his name is, they're not going to be as good as they were last year. So I think we take both games this year. We've gotten better where you've gotten worse. So that's why I say that. But everything else I agreed with. I think you had us losing to San Fran, and I don't remember the end of the schedule. But I wanted to switch one, but the outcome was about right. All your predictions. I saw the Bills one too. As much as I hate the Bills, I thought your predictions were pretty spot on, except for the Dolphin pick. Thomas said, didn't Patty get fat? Patty, the baddie, gets fucking fat in between fights. Super fat. Don't know why. That's just a him thing. But he always slims down. He's skinny as fuck right now. So, Mr. Mom in the chat says, what's up? Sipping on Russell Reserve 10. That's good stuff right there. Mr. Mom, you missed one hell of a show. I mean, we're about almost 2 hours in now. Eric sent us in some samples. So we did some Pappy Van Winkle 12-year Lot B. Got to try that for the first time. We tried Knob Creek 12 for the first time, all samples. Little E.H. Taylor single barrel and a Watershed single barrel proof. All from Eric. All delicious, by the way, if you want the quick version. Those were all pretty good. We switched it up then, and we went to little Jim Beam Black 7-year age, little new Riff, and now we're on some Weller Special Reserve just to sip it. Tuxedo says, yeah, I agree with that 100%. I have the Bills fans in denial, LOL. Oh, We still good. Like, we've been losing pieces steadily for 3 years. The window is closing. That's my point. Like, Josh Allen is good, but he's only so good. He needs pieces. And you lost Stephon Diggs. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I just don't think they're going to be as good as last year. And yeah. Miss Mom says, did you review the Knob Creek Bourbon rye? No, I did not. So, Miss Mom, if you remember, I'm not I'm not a big fan of Knob Creek, right? Like I have the Knob Creek 9. I can't pull it over on here. Knob Creek 9. I'm not the biggest fan. I didn't really care for it. Don't know why. Just it just didn't fit right with me. And Eric was like, "Hey," on one of the live streams, he called in. He's like, "I'm drinking Knob Creek 12," and everybody talks about it. I'm like, I hear it's really good, but I just don't. I don't want to spend the money on it because, like, if I don't like 9, I don't think I'm gonna like 12. The 12 had a lot. It was a different taste to it. It had a lot more oakiness, which I like. A lot more like bourbon forward flavors, vanilla, caramel, oak, right? So it just felt better. The age brought it home for me. So it's definitely my favorite Knob Creek, which does open me back up to say, hey, maybe if I find the bourbon rye, I'll pick that up. So, but not yet. I have not, but soon. Tater said 113 proof. I'm kind of lost. The Knob Creek 12 is 100 proof, but if the bourbon rye is 113, no, I didn't have that. Thomas, that last picture I saw of Patty, he looked like Butterbean. I know what you're talking about. But no, no, no. If you watch the weigh-ins and all that stuff, he's skinny. His weight fluctuation is crazy. But I'll be pumped to watch those fights tomorrow. I feel like the card's decent. It's not amazing, but Aspinall, Patty the Batty. There's somebody else on there too that I wanted to watch. I can't remember off the top of my head though. You guys are talking about the fucking Leafs in the chat, bro. The Leafs suck. It's all about the Panthers. I did buy the kid some Dolphin onesies. Got here today. He's ready for football season. I'm just saying. Danielle's like, oh, the Leafs didn't win one playoffs in my lifetimes. Fuck you, Leafs. It's going on my tombstone. Danielle, you realize I waited 30 years for the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup. The Panthers have sucked my entire life. We finally got a winning year, so I took advantage of that. Screaming it. The Panthers became a team the same day I was born. So I was like, fuck yeah. I've been waiting for it. The time finally came around. We won the Stanley Cup. I'm here for it. So your Leafs can take a back seat. When you win one, you come in here and talk some smack. But until then, you get your Leafs falling on the other side of the fence. That was good. I like that. It was good. Daniel says, we really are tugs. If the Leafs don't win one playoff in my lifetime, you're going to. Oh, wait, that was already there. Alex says, yo, what can I drink to rinse/clean my palate to try another drink? Water or coffee. Coffee is always a good palate cleanser, regardless, whether if it's your nose or your palate. I would do coffee, then water. Um, but water is also good. Like, just get regular clean water, swish around your mouth, drink a couple sips. That's what I do. I got water in this. Tuck says, here's the hope in the Pats go 17-0. Tux, you're fucking crazy. Daniel says, if they don't win in my lifetime, and apparently I'm older than you. You may be older than me. I just look like I'm on the verge of death. That's just all. Thomas says waited that long for Red Wings a few years back. You know the pain. It's brutal waiting for your turn. So I got spoiled, right? When I really got into sports was I mean, honestly, it was back in 2003. Well, I used to watch a lot of sports with my dad. 2003 is when the year the Marlins won the World Series. Big Marlins fan. We suck, so I don't talk about them. But so I got to see the World Series. You know, a few years later, I grow up. Now we got the Heat, Miami Heat, big Miami Heat guy. We get LeBron James, and we start going to the finals back to back to back. You know, so I got spoiled with winning, right? And then, of course, they die off. They're still kind of in and out of it, right? We didn't really win from there, but we were in it. We were in the fight, which is all I really asked for. Dolphins have never been in it. But then, of course, you get the Panthers growing, and you guys saw how that went. So my quiet yelling. Daniel says, born November 85. I thought November had like 30 days at most, but what do I know? Show Me Proof says, this grandfather has to help put grandkids to bed. Cheers all. Show me the proof. Well, good luck. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure grandparents can pass it off to the parents saying, here, deal with your kid. But at least maybe that's what they do to me. Show me proof. I thought you were a lot younger too. If you're a grandfather, I didn't know that. But thanks for sharing. Danielle says she still gets ID'd for a lighter. Danielle, if you meant the year 85, you're not too far off from me, but you're definitely a little bit older. Who the fuck is Josh? Let me see if he's in the crib. We got country playing out there. Wife's jamming. She's like, yeah, the year. Thomas is 70 years old and never had kids? No way. God damn. No kids? You got lucky. I'm just kidding. No. I mean, my uncle's fairly old. He's never had kids, but he also never wanted them. You know, he kind of wanted to live vicariously through his brothers. He got to be the cool uncle. So, I mean, good on him. It's not for everybody. We just had the kid. I have a 4-month-old now, so you guys know you can hear him screaming. Not anymore. He went to bed. Tuxedo Cat said Dolphins go 12-5, Bills go 11-6, Pats and Jets both go 6-11. But my theory is the Bills will be a wild card, will help us because then maybe we don't match up against the Chiefs in PS plus different seating. Tuxedo Cat, I mean, I don't. I feel like the Jets are going to be a little bit better. I think the Pats are going to be a little bit worse. I think the Bills are going to be a little bit worse. If I had to pick our conference seeding, it's going to be Dolphins number 1, Jets number 2, Bills 3, and Pats 4. I think the Dolphins and the Jets get in. I think the Bills probably get a wild card. but I don't even know if that's possible. But I would agree with you. I think the Bills get a wild card spot, and they probably get past the first wild card and they get to the next round because that's just them. You know, I think the Jets shit the bed round one. Aaron Rodgers fucking gets shipped to another team. Alex said, "Who? Who? What? Alex? I'm confused." Tuck said, "Also, I don't care what anyone says about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. The Jets ain't shit. They go in 6-11. Um, I don't know about 6-11. I feel like they're going to be better. I don't think they're going to be as successful as some people may have thought last year, but you never know." Thomas says Lions all the way 2024. I like the Lions. I like the Lions a lot. St. Brown, he was on my fantasy team last year, did some work. So I'm a fan of the Lions. Frank says, you listen to Dan the Bastard show? If you don't, they thought cover all your favorite teams really well. Probably enjoy it. I don't know what that is, to be honest. I don't know what Dan the Bastard is. Oh, he said, who cares? Damn, Alex, that was savage. Tux, it's not me being a Dolphin fan's putting them third. I just think the Jets are going to be better, and I think the Bills are worse. And I think the Dolphins did get better. We lost some defensive pieces, which fucking suck. But I think with OBJ and Miami already had a solid offense. I think giving us one more year of like McDaniel's experience and experience with the team, I think it's just going to be that much better. So the question is, though, is all the pieces that we add on defense, do they fill in the blanks? Because we stacked the line, but we lost some safeties and shit like that. So the question is injuries. That's really always it. Miami got hurt and riddled with injuries last year, hence why we suck so bad. So if we can stay healthy, then that's all that matters. Mitch Mom said, Aaron Rodgers is 40. He kind of needs a lateral move into coaching, just saying. I feel like he'd be a great coach because he was doing well coaching parts of the Jets, but they just didn't let him really do much because why would they? Frank said Libatard. I don't know if that was like, it's Cuban. Bro, the chat took a left turn. I have no idea which way we went, but appreciate everybody tuning in. Guys, I see some new faces in here. Just to reiterate some of the stuff I said, like the stream, does help us out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Why are you here if you haven't subscribed? We already hit 1,300 subscribers. That's our new milestone we just hit. So thank you, everybody, for that. Also, if you want to be a part of the Call Me Old Fashioned Fantasy League, the link is in the community tab. There's only so many spots. There was a bunch of people that requested to be in it, but I think there's like 6 left. We're going to a 12-team league, no buy-ins. All you have to do is participate. Just stay active, have some fun with it, talk some shit. That's all we ask. And winner gets $200. Guys, if you're talking shit about me reading, like that's on you. Like you expect me to be able to read something? That's your fault, not mine. Guys, I drink whiskey. I don't fucking read. I don't read well. I'm basically dyslexic, is what we came to the terms of. Just so you know, that's not my fault. Texas said, "Dude's got the Pappy 12 in him, and he expects him to read right." I couldn't say it better. I get more than Pappy 12 than me. No, I'm not. I'm not shit faced or anything like that. I'd get off if I was. But I've noticed lately that I feel like I may be dyslexic. So I've been corrected quite a few times. Either that or maybe I have a fucking tumor or something. I don't know. Daniel says, not making fun, just sounded funny. I don't care. You can talk. You could literally make fun of me all day, every day. I would not gonna hurt my feelings. He's like, get off. I would get off. Let me check the fantasy league real quick. If it fills up, I'm gonna fucking do the draft right fucking now. Oh, camera died. I'll pick it in a second. All right, both cameras are dying. So let's do a little swapperoo. A little swappy. There we go. I can see more of the bottle. Let's see. Thomas said, liquor store in shops at... Wait, what? Liquor store in shops at sold a Pappy last week for $800. Thomas, I was saying the Pappy 12, Lot B, you can buy it online right now for $1,000. It's a lot. That's why I wouldn't buy it. Eric sent it to me. So he sent me this little sample bottle. It was really good. Honestly, I'm a big fucking fan. It had a crazy note in there that I couldn't comprehend, but Frank said, I'm not expecting anybody to read anything. It was recommendations. The correction was for the chat. I'm not talking shit, Frank. I was just saying I can't fucking read. I still love you for being here. Don't get mad at me. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Daniel says, who the hell spreads that much? Spreads what? What are we talking about? Oh, spends. But it said, okay, I need to enlarge this, what I need to do, because that's fucking me up. Mr. Mom says, I did Crown Royal Blackberry and Lemonade last night. 6 out of 10, but had a slight artificial sweetener aftertaste. The Blackberry Crown, I will say, does have a slight cough syrupy taste to it. But if you mix it properly, because I don't think it's good, like it's decent straight up if you're really wanting it. It's okay, but mixing it properly is a big thing. If you do blackberry, do lemonade. But what I would recommend, the way I would make it properly would be blackberry Crown. I would do Sprite, and I would do lemon juice in it. And I would do it like that. I would say lemonade, but most of the time the lemonade's a little watery, so no reason to water it down too much. Do the Sprite with lemon juice. Slaps. But also I would muddle up some blackberries in it too, just for fun. Miss Mom, by the way, I did do blackberry crown and lemonade. I did have blackberries and a lemon in it though. I thought it was decent. I probably would recommend it right around the same 6 out of 10. I thought it was really good though. But also the way I was looking at it was, would I drink it if it was super hot outside in the sun and I wanted a whiskey, right? Because the wife would try to make it a vodka drink. I would drink that at the pool where it's hot. I think it would be okay. Frank said, another recommendation I got for you is Green River Foolproof. Got it this weekend. I get recommended that a lot. I know I need to pick that up. I hear it's fucking phenomenal. I have not seen the foolproof, so I see Green River quite often. Green River is also made by, I'll pull it down. Shady Mile, same distiller, makes Green River. Shady Mile is a little bit like of a more of an unknown brand, but it's made by the same people. This one is their wheated. They sent me both. I reviewed both. If you really want to go watch them, they sent me the rye and they sent me their wheat. This is 21% wheat. It's decent. They're 90 proof though, so that's what I said was the downside is it needed proof. For the Green River stuff, that has the proof. So I haven't had the Green River foolproof, so I can't really speak on it too much, but I hear it's awesome. Miss Mom said we're going to try it in an Arnold Palmer. I can't fucking say Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer. Yeah, no, I would recommend that. That would be fucking banging. Get a nice public sweet tea, some lemon juice, a little. Frank says 117.3 proof. It's pretty good, man, for a under 50 bucks. Under 50 bucks for a full proof bottle? That sounds amazing, actually. I didn't know it was under 50 bucks. Yeah, no, I've definitely never seen that. I would have picked that up in a heartbeat. Frank said Green River Full Proof is showing up in mid-Michigan for 50. For a foolproof bottle, most of the time you see it above 50 for most distilleries. But if you can find under, all about it. 50 bucks, even 55 is a good price. I haven't had it, but I imagine it's a good price. Like for foolproof shit. Did Danielle not know what Arnold Palmer is? Yeah, half lemonade, half tea. Throw in some alcohol, spice it up. Delicioso. Frank said, wow, didn't know about the Shady Mile. Most people didn't. So Shady Mile reached out to me and was like, hey, like, we're newer. Our distiller is the same one from Green River. Do you want to try our shit? They also sent me a vodka, but it was like it's called Ambush vodka. It's okay. It's nothing like, it's vodka, right? But their wheated and their rye is actually, it's decent. Like it has a really good flavor. It has chocolate note. So the reason why I like Woodford's Double Oak so much is it has this like dark chocolate, like bittersweet chocolate in there that is super good. This one had a very similar note of the chocolate stuff in their wheated. Delicious though, but it just lacks proof. It's 90 proof, so. Tuxedo says, do you have anything that's that far north, or is it just igloos and polar bears? Frank says, Oklahoma, it's $47.99 here. Oklahoma has everything for cheap, though, Frank. That's what I hear, at least. Oklahoma has quite a bit of stuff, and also you can get it for next to nothing. We need polar bears to ride to the grocery store in the winter. Duh. That'd be fucking sick. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time I'm going to bring it up, the Fantasy League. There's 6 spots as what I'm looking at right now, unless I'm looking at it wrong. 6 spots left. Tomorrow, I'm going to send the link out to people I know that are going to join. So if you want to join the Fantasy League, you better go to the community tab, click on the link, join it. It's free to join. Just got to play, got to be active. If you don't want to, totally fine. But I'm going to fill it tomorrow regardless. So that way tomorrow we can do the draft. Not the draft. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to do the draft order tomorrow. So, just want to make sure anybody that does want to play fantasy football this year, there's an option. We're going to talk some shit. Tuxedo Cat. Wait. Tuxedo said, wait, what? Can you ride your snakes? Snake? LOL. Tuxedo, what? Look at his face. Look at this. What is this? What are we doing here? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I like to keep drinking this Weller, but I feel like I don't want to drink it all. So, what do you think we should have a pour of next? Thomas says the only way to get any good brands, we have to drive to Metro Detroit area liquor stores. I don't know Michigan enough to be able to know like anything about that. What sucks is like I feel like the liquor stores in my area suck, but I also realize that I probably have it better than most people because I can still get stuff. Where some people in the middle of fucking nowhere really can't get anything. I go to the liquor stores and I look for certain bottles. I just never find the bottles when I'm looking for them. Tuxedo, what are you throwing up for? Danielle says, fifth bottle from your left. What are you looking at? This is this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't see that bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a signed autograph bottle, so I can't drink that. I can drink Travelers if you really want me to. If you guys don't know, Buffalo Trace did send me a bottle. I did a review on Travelers, and it was honest. I gave them my real opinion. And they just wanted to thank me, just to say, hey, thanks for your honesty. And they sent me a signed bottle from Harlan Wheatley. You can't really see it that well. Harlan Wheatley is the master distiller from Buffalo Trace. So he signed this, sent it over to me. It was like, hey, thanks, dog. You're the best YouTuber ever. Just kidding. She's like, okay, to the right. She's like, top shelf. What are some options on your end? What are some options on my end? Mr. Mom, you know what my room is. Mr. Joker says, yo, call me old fashioned. How's everyone doing tonight? Good vibes. Mr. Joker, welcome to the stream. Bro, you're fucking throwing me off, Alex. Mini, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Get the fuck out of here. You're trying to fuck with me. Mr. Mom, I got a ton of shit. But if she meant fifth, what'd she say before? Fifth bottle on your left, top shelf. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. I drink it on almost every stream, though. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. But, like, you know. She's like, you were right with the bottle you had. Damn it. Danielle, what are we doing? Redwood Empire or Traveler? Well, let's do Travelers. I never drink Travelers. It's not that great. But let's just drink it anyway. Thomas says Slim Pickens anywhere else in the state. Joker, are you playing fantasy football? Were you one of the ones? She's like, you were right with the bottle you had. Danielle, I think you're just like telling me to grab any bottle at this point. Let's do Travelers. That way I can talk shit about it if we want. You can't just drink all good shit all night, you know? The I feel like I missed somebody. Tuck says pretty good. Colorado gang finally showing out. Joker's been late to some streams, hasn't he? Alex said hand on face. Any, mini, money, mo. Hey, I'm not judging, bro. I said I was dyslexic, and y'all started like typing shit wrong in the chat, trying to fuck with me. Mr. Mom says, "What's the bottle on your on the lower shelf on your right?" My right, or what you're looking at? Because this is my right. if yeah, this is my right. I have Russell's Reserve Private Barrel, or yeah, Private Barrel Selection, like a store pick type of thing. Russell's 10, Bullet 12, Old Forester 1920, Wild Turkey Rare Breed, Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, Jack Daniel's Triple Mash, and I have Elijah Craig, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, Four Roses. And then, of course, on the higher shelf, this is the shelf I drink the most out of. I don't know why, I just do. Hibiki, New Riff, Still Austin, Redwood Empire, Cash Strength, Pipe Dream, Grizzly Beast, Pipe Dream, Emerald Giant, Lost Monarch, Penelope, High West. So he's like, you're immediate right. I don't know what that means, bro. Joker says, I don't know anything about football or any sports in that fact. Haha. Mr. Joker, you called in one time, and I remember you being like fairly handsome. I don't believe you when you say that now, because you have kids. Well, how do you not watch sports? That throws me off. Tuck says, oh my God, this is some kind of nightmare where I'm surrounded by sportless people and Canadians. Joker says, I've been busy with work, doing overtime. The tunnel is getting busy. My B-day is Monday. Joker, well, happy early birthday. I don't think I'll be live Monday. Maybe I can be, but happy early birthday. We should be live tomorrow, too. Maybe we'll live stream the UFC fights. But if for some reason that doesn't happen, happy birthday. Tuxedo says, damn, sorry about the eyes in Howard. But he did that because of me, but thanks. Mr. Mom says it was the first Russells. So I have the Russells 10, but this one is the, bro, this one is delicious. Did you not see the review on this one, Mr. Mom? So this one, you can find labels similar, right, for private barrels. This one is a 9-year age, but it is like you're trading that 1 year of age for an extra 20 points of proof. This is 110 proof, 9-year age, floor 3, warehouse TYRA, but it's selected by Tattoos and Scars. I believe that's got to be something here in Florida, if I had to guess, but it's fucking delicious. I mean, you can see. I've only drank this bottle one day. Not all in one day. I shared it with a couple people. I had an old fashioned or two. Drank it neat. It's delicious. My favorite Russell's by far so far. But what sucks is like I can't get it again. You know, so. But it's very good. I can drink that next for sure. Greg McDonald just subscribed to the channel. Greg, welcome to the stream. Appreciate it. Welcome to the family is what I meant to say. Yeah, appreciate it, Greg. On our way to 10,000. On our way to like fucking 1,500 is what I should say. But I like to shoot for the stars. Frank says, love to hear a review on the private stock Russells because I look at it every time I go to the store, but haven't pulled the trigger. Okay, well, I'll drink it next, Frank. But you don't need my review. It's fucking amazing. I love Russells. I love the 10-year. It's good. And I drank the 10-year next to that private barrel. The 10-year is good. You can taste the age, but it lacks the proof. When you bump it up 110 proof, it just has so much more flavor. But Joker says, I haven't played sports. Don't really watch it. I do watch UFC, though. Hey, well, maybe we watch it tomorrow together. Joker does say, Greg, welcome to the Call Me Old Fashioned fam. Mr. Mom says, I have the regular Russell's Reserve 10 white label. So do I. It's right next to it. It's right here. It's good. All right. It grew on me. When I first got it, I didn't love it as much. The more I drank it, the more I was like, yeah, this is fucking bomb. But there's a Russell's 15 around me, but people want like 300, 350 for it. I'm not going to spend that much. I know I can get it eventually for like $250, and maybe I'm thinking wrong and I should buy it for 300 right now, but I just don't want to spend that much money on it. But I can go get it tomorrow if I had to. All right, let's drink this little pour of Travelers. So you guys know, the quick version of Travelers, it's Chris Stapleton's whiskey. It's a blended whiskey, which does have some Canadian whiskey. It's from the Sazerac company, which is Buffalo Trace as well. So it has Harlan Wheatley and Chris Stapleton's signature on the back in it. The reason why I even like this bottle in general at all is because you can see the little map back here. You know, you can see like the borderline. You can see Lexington, Kentucky. You can see different pieces, and I think it's just a cool piece to have on the shelf. I have 2 bottles now. I like the signed one better. So, and overall, I tried it a second time, and it wasn't horrible. It just doesn't really have a lot of flavor. It's just very like family friendly, right? Like it doesn't. It's never gonna scare anybody away, but it's never gonna bring a lot of these whiskey enthusiasts in either. So, Joker says, anyone new to the channel? I am a pity mod. LOL. Call me old fashioned. How's the fam? How's fatherhood going? Joker, bro, I feel like I took a video earlier. I wish I could show you. I couldn't pull it up quick enough, but I used to hold my kid like this in one arm and bounce him. I tried to put him there, and his legs were like kicking me in the face today. And he was so big I couldn't carry him in one arm. So it was kind of like a realization that he's growing super fast. He's 4 months as of yesterday, and he can roll over now. He's laughing like actual laughs now. So it's fun. It's fun to watch him grow up, but it's also like it's like a bittersweet thing. So who knows? Joker is a pity mod. If Joker was here any kind of more frequent, I'd make him a mod. But he's never here. I'm just saying. I'm taking my shots when I can. I just want to point out, I'm sipping on the Travelers right now, and I have a fucking horrible taste in my mouth. I do not want to finish it. So I'm not going to. Tuxedo says rollover. He does. What's funny is like, so we'll put him down, right? We have this little like play mat, like cushion thing with like shit above that he can smack around. We'll lay him down on his back, right? The second we look away or pretend we're not paying attention to him, he'll roll over on his stomach, and then he's up, right? Like if it's tummy time in a sense. And he starts fucking screaming, being like, no, because he doesn't know how to roll back yet. Just knows how to like get up, but he doesn't know how to roll back yet. So he freaks out and he's like, no, I don't want to be like this. So it's a funny thing to watch. Joker says, yo, that's crazy. LOL. That's amazing. Yeah, being a father of 3, my kids being older, it's sad seeing them get older and change. It's bittersweet because I like what I have to tell the wife a lot of times. I'm like, he may be getting older, right? He may be growing and changing, but we're getting to experience a new kid every day or every week, and it's a new experience in general. So I try to focus on that rather than saying, oh, he's not the... Holy fuck. Did you fucking hear that? The neighbors upstairs fucking like fell from the sky apparently. But what I was saying is like you get to experience a new fucking kid every week rather than the same little thing you brought home. So it's cool. It's a cool experience. I can't complain at all. Sometimes it drives me nuts though. But Mr. Mom says my daughter was at Old Navy today, and all the kid clothes were 50% off. Mr. Mom, I bought them on Amazon, so like they're nothing special, but I bought him like all the superhero onesies. I got him like the Flash, the Batman, Superman. It came with like fucking Green Lantern, and like Aquaman, but those are trash. I also got him some dolphin onesies, so we're stacking up. Joker says an amazing way to look at things. Yeah, I have to, or I'll fucking lose my mind. So, Katie Cat in chat says, "Hey man, Katie Cat, welcome back to the stream. Been a while." But yeah, we have an Old Navy by us. I love the Old Navy's like sleepies, bro. We're talking about bourbon and fucking babies now. Just saying. I just want to point that out for a second. Old Navy has good like sleepers for the kids though. Those are the ones we use the most. Taylor Dom says, holla, holla to the escuela. Ladies and gentlemen, 31 of you in the chat. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It should pop up on screen if you do subscribe. Also, drop a little likey like on the stream. It does help us get to new viewers, more people to support the channel and hang out with us and have a good fucking time. Also, if you haven't already, I said I wouldn't bring it up. I'm bringing it up anyway. If you want to be part of the fantasy football, link in the community chat. No buy-ins, all winning for you guys. We'll have a good time. I'll talk some shit. I'll talk a lot of shit, but it'll be fun. Joker says, Bourbon and babies. 100%. Hey, not a bad combo, I guess. It's, I mean, fucking shit. Our chats always take a weird left turn sometimes, but it's for the best. It is crazy to watch. So I just try to slow down as much as I can, enjoy it while we can, and then yeah, from there we'll just kind of take it one day at a time, and eventually it'll be 18 and I'll be on my own vacation without his ass. So K-Cat says, I'm glad your family's doing good. He's doing great, but he's growing so fast that it costs me an arm and a leg to keep buying clothes and diapers. He's already in size 3 diapers, and he's only 4 months. So I weighed myself and then picked him up and put him on the scale. He's 20 fucking pounds. So my boy's big. Tuxedo says, hello. Did I miss your chat, Tux? Danielle says, hi. Thomas says, time flies. Seems like I was just a kid. You could have been. We never know. We'll never know. Mr. Mom says, where's the Rick House info on the Russell's 10 label? I'll get it in one sec. Big Bob says, don't join the fantasy league. I've already won. Bro. Big Bob out here claiming his spot. Mr. Mom, on the Russell's 10, it doesn't have the Rick House stuff. I'm sure it's online somewhere, but it's also probably mass produced for the 10 year. If I had to guess, it's probably like in large quantities, where these single barrels. So the Russell Reserve that I'm about to sip on now is a private barrel selection, single barrel, non-chilled, filtered, which then means it's just one barrel, right? So the barrel that I currently am drinking on is from Warehouse TYR-A, floor number 3. And a lot of people that I've said that to said, oh, 3 is a good floor. I don't know if it's a good floor or not. That's what they said. This was distilled on October 25th, 2013, stored in oak barrels for 9 years. It was dumped on February 13th, 2023, and bottled on March 2nd, 2023. It's barrel number 22-0515. It was selected by Tattoos and Scars. So, if you want all the details on that. But a lot of people say floor 3 is good. I couldn't tell you if it was or not. I haven't had enough single barrels, I guess. The proof on it, though, on this thing is 110 proof. It is super good. So, Michael Taylor in the chat says, good morning, your favorite bourbon. What's my favorite bourbon? If that's what you meant, what's my favorite bourbon? I mean, my favorite one to drink in general is Woodford's Double Oak. It's kind of basic, but that is my favorite. Just Woodford's Double Oak. It's easy to drink, easy to find, decently priced with a lot of flavor. The only thing it lacks is the proof. But that would be my number one if I had to choose one or die. So Joker says, yo, the beard's looking amazing. Hashtag Paul Bunyan style. I mean, I appreciate it, Joker, but like it's also looking a little gray. I got some more grays than before. Maybe I get some just for dads or something. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Clean it up. Danielle says, cheers, Big Bob. Kitty Cat says, ready for more money for that babe. Get ready for More money for that babe. More money for the baby? Get ready for more money for that babe. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but yeah, the kid costs a lot of fucking money. He never fit in our newborn clothes. He barely fit in the 0 to 3 months. He was in 3 to 6 months for a while. Now he's out of that. So it's just constant. Danielle says, Tux, you got a cat you want to talk about? Okay. Alex says, enjoy your free personal space. Someday it'll take over your man cave and turn it into a pink full playhouse. Protect your garage from takeover. Nobody comes in this room because it's also my office. Like, it looks like the Bourbon room, but also in front it's just my like normal office. So no, he couldn't. He has his own room. The living room's a little overrun, but that's besides the point. Mr. Mom says, okay, so I'm not that much of a blind mother effer that I was seeing it on my bottle. No. The 10 doesn't have much on there, but it's mass produced, so that's why I would say that. Michael says, thank you. Here in Scotland, Buffalo Trace is good along with Maker's Mark. Buffalo Trace is good anywhere. Maker's Mark's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's well known. It's a big name brand. Michael, if you can, I don't know if you have it over there, but if you have Redwood Empire is also really good to me. Daniel says, LOL, you have a YouTube? I do have a YouTube. Alex says, I blame the whiskey for my misspelled words. Alex, don't worry about it. I'm not judging you. Oh, Kitty Cat says, yes, babies change a lot. You're preaching. I know. I understand it. I got a white ZZ Top beard. Thomas, is it like long? Do you have a better beard than me, Thomas? This is what I want to know. You don't have to, like, don't be shy about it. Like, if you got a better beard, just let me know. I just need to know where I stand. Thing does have a little heat on it though. Michael said, I will check that out. All these are Redwood Empires right here. So I recommend the Pipe Dream or Lost Monarch first. If you like Rise, then obviously the Emerald Giant. If you got money like that, then Grizzly Beast or Cast Strength. But they're all very good. I just don't know if they're over there in Scotland. So Thomas says 15-inch long. Damn, Thomas, you got me beat. Thomas, one day you'll have to call into the show. One day. Not right now, but one day. That way you can show me up. Boris says, yo. Welcome back, Boris. Welcome to the stream. Josh Fitz in the chat says, good evening, all. Cheers. Hey, the one person we haven't seen is Mr. Lopez. You say his name too many times, he'll show up, though. Now that we have a lot more of the regulars, I feel like I have to keep repeating myself, but I just don't want anybody to miss out and blame me. If you guys wanted to be a part of the Fantasy Football League, there's a few spots left open. Go into the community tab, go click join, claim a spot. Once you have your spot, you're good to go. Then you can always go back and change your name and have fun with it. But if you want in, there's no buy-in. You just got to be active, have fun with it, of course, talk a little bit of smack, and then yeah, whoever wins gets $200. And obviously it's for first place. If you're not first, you're last. Boris says, I'm enjoying a little orchard house. Tuxedo's Cat says, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Mr. Lopez, Mr. Lopez, Mr. Lopez. Boris says, what y'all up to? Hey, we're having a good night. We started off the night with Eric, one of our subscribers, sent us some samples. Well, E.H. Taylor single barrel, some Watershed barrel proof single barrel, Knob Creek 12, and Van Winkle Lot B. I'm not going to go over those anymore. If you wanted to see the reviews on each one of those, tasting notes, all that, just rewatch this stream after the fact. But they're all very good. So that's what I could say. Boris says $200. If you like fantasy football, I would recommend joining. Right? Not anybody in there is a pro besides me. I'm just kidding. I'm okay. I'm not. I'm nothing. I'm nobody special. But I mean, I've played before, whereas a lot of people in there haven't. So, but yeah, 200 cash app, Venmo, Zelle, whatever you fucking prefer. That's whoever goes to the winner. Everybody else is just there for fucking fun. But yeah, there's only so many spots left. Once it fills up, there's nothing I can do. But I keep repeating it simply because there was like 33 votes for people that wanted to join, and there's only 12 slots. And I filled like a couple of them myself with people I knew that wanted. So there's 33 people out there that wanted to join that hasn't yet. So I just don't want anybody to think I'm not letting them know, because I did say first come, first serve. Whoever's in is in. Whoever's not, it's just not. So Katie Cat says ZZ Top for days. I mean, I respect it. Shearlar? If I butchered your name, I'm so sorry. Apparently I can't read. But appreciate it. Welcome to the fam. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the family. If you haven't commented in the chat, feel free to. The chat's not they're just weird people sometimes, you know. So feel free to dive right into the family vibes. Drew Rocket says, cheers, rare breed tonight. Drew, rare breed sounds awesome. I'm doing a little Russell's private selection right now, but then maybe rare breed. Rare breed's one of my favorites. I do want to get the rare breed rye. Has anybody ever had the rare breed rye? Because I feel like that's got to be good, right? Tuxu says, okay, I left a comment on Call Me Old Fashioned's most recent short. You can click my name from there. But, shh. What were we talking about? I'm missing it. Boris says, welcome. Tuxedo says, weird people. Everybody's saying welcome. Everybody's saying welcome, guys. You're welcome to this chat. Boris says, never a bad time for rare breed. That's the biggest facts I've ever heard. You can never say, rare breed, maybe another time. It's not the right time. Right? Rare breed's a good time every time. Josh Fitz says, the rye is good, but bourbon is better. I agree with you completely in every sense. But I just feel like if there's ever a bottle of rye that I feel like I'd really like, would maybe be the rare breed rye. So maybe I pick that up next. KK says, we are a little weird. Yeah, I mean, facts. Alex says, bro, just got sober after smoking a Cuban cigar like a robot. I mean, there's worse ways to get sober, I guess. Boris says, I got the rare breed rye, but haven't opened it yet. Well, fucking Boris, crack it open, baby. Well, let us know. I'm not forcing you to, but I mean, everybody's waiting. Let me drop the link in here too, just in case. If I have it open still. I do. I'm dropping the fantasy link in the chat just so everybody can't say I'm not doing my job. Mr. Mom says, as a native Texan and a teen of the 70s, love ZZ Top. I saw them at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas in '81 with the fabulous Thunderbirds and the Rolling Stones. Good times. Mr. Mom, you never aged yourself more in one comment before than right then. I always feel like you got like a younger soul, but that comment screamed like, I get 75%. I get 75-cent coffees at McDonald's. But I agree with everything you said. ZZ Top's not bad. I'm not arguing that. Rolling Stones though, that kind of pushed it. You know what I mean? I love busting your chops though. So Josh Fitz says if you want some really good rye, try to get something from Ever North Spirits, aka Bourbon Junkies. I mean, I'm not really gonna watch Bourbon Junkies so I can get into their rye, so I probably won't do that. But if I can ever just randomly look into it, then sure. Daniel says I subscribe to Tux. Everybody should subscribe to Tux. He makes funny memes. Hopefully that's not like an insult. I call them memes, but Mr. Mom says I'm 64 going on 25. You are. When you called in, I was thinking you're like at least 22 and a half, so. Oh, I just clicked off. Bro, is he still fucking live? The Frank says circa 2016 I could get corked pints of rare breed. Oh, gotta move that. And that batch was 112.8. What's mine? I don't know what mine is. Mine's barrel proof if it counts for anything, but it's 116.8. So I guess things haven't really gone up except for price. Tuxedo says I told Danielle I would post some cat pictures. LOL. Don't want Call Me Out Fashion to think I'm just advertising myself. Tuxedo Cat, I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. I don't care. People can come in here and promote their own stuff if they really want to. It'd be weird if you did it like every comment. That'd be fucked up. But obviously you're not. Tuxedo Cat's good people, so I try to have him co-host the show with me, and then I can co-host on his channel making memes. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to stay hidden in the shadows. Frank says they may still be out there. I just don't see them here. The rare breed at 112. I've never seen that. I just see the one bottle that I have. And Josh says, have you ever tried the BBC? I've never had anything BBC, I guess, but what else? Tuxedo says making shit posts is beneath you. Call me old fashioned, LOL. You're too classy with your beard. Stop it. Bro, I fucking love talking shit on your fucking post though. I think it's so much fun. I'll go on there and I'm like, yo, Josh Allen fucking sucks. Alex says Puss in Boots is Tux's new names. Hey, that's a good fucking name, Alex. Good fucking call. Good fucking call. That's it. That should be his new fantasy team name, Puss in Boots. He can change the picture to the little cat from Shrek or wherever it's from. Alex, I did see in your fantasy team. Obviously, you were watching the stream, so rightfully so. But eventually, you're gonna have to update your name and like bring some flair to it. It says Alex's awesome team. Alex's awesome team. You got to change that. You know, you got to bring something. You got to bring some flair. If you really want to like creative name, you go Ask Big Bob or AKA what's his name in there. Hawk Tua Tagovailoa. Go ask him for a name if you really can't think of one. He'll help you. Tuck just said octopus. Octo means 8 plus, meaning really, okay. That took a weird turn, but. All right, so Russell's gone. Delicioso. But what we drink next is the question. Should we go rare breed or should we go something else, boys? I will let you guys decide. Should we drink a little bit of a Wild Turkey rare breed, or I'll pick the other one, or we'll do 3: Wild Turkey rare breed, Kirkland's bottled and bond, which is the Costco bottle, or should we do Old Granddad bonded? That's up to you, boys. You pick, drop it in the chat. First couple I see come through, that's what we'll drink. Wild Turkey rare breed, Kirkland's bottled and bond, Old Granddad bonded. Fuck, everybody's slamming me with Old Granddad. Okay, my bad, guys. What also shows me then is I really do need to pick up Old Granddad 114 that I keep passing out. I'm gonna reuse the Glen because I fucking used them all already, so. All right, so Old Granddad Bonded, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 100 proof. I don't drink this often. You can see, as you can tell, but it's been sitting up there a while. Nothing wrong with it. I just never go to it, you know. I need to wet the cork there. If it falls, it's on me, but the cork was a little dry. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, again, we only have an affiliate link. No sponsor, technically. I talk to them. They're good people. People over at Dad Gang Hats, if you're a dad, if you like hats, there's a link in the description on almost every one of my videos for the Dad Gang link. Go buy some hats. They came out with like fucking 15 new hats since the last time I've talked about them. Tons of new colors, tons of new hats. I love their hats. It's all I fucking wear. It's the only thing you guys ever seen me wear at this point, besides my old smoky hat back before we even had this fancy room. So if you guys knew me in the old smoky hats, then you're an OG. But if not, then check out the hats if you like that stuff. If not, don't worry about it. There is if you click the link or use the code, you get yourself 15% off. I do get a small, very small kickback, but it's I love the hat, so I promoted it before I even had it. So Thomas says sitting on a case of Old Granddad 114. A case? Thomas, hook your boy up. Honestly, like when I find it, there's usually like one bottle left. I'm almost always passing it up because I find something else that I want a little bit more. But a lot of people tell me to get 114. Drew Rocket says sitting in a chair here. You are, or like Old Granddad is? Nothing wrong with sitting in a chair, bro. What I would give to have a lazy boy for my setup so I can just like relax as we talk. I'd fall asleep though for sure. Fuck me, that was good. So you guys tell me if you have the same effect. The longer I let this sit, the better it is. When I first tried it, I was like, oh, it's good, but it didn't blow my socks off. Right? I tried it again like 3-4 months later, and I was like, hey, this is even better than last time. It is even better this time than it was last time. I almost want to just leave that bottle for a year and just see what happens. This bottle is also fairly fucking cheap too. So I love me a good budget bottle, you know? Alex says, laying in a recliner, bro. What I would give. A little feet kick back, a little just, hey guys, let's talk about some bourbon. You know what I mean? Like I would give some serious money for that. But it's not logical for me. Mr. Mom says, I'm placing a Total Wine curbside order tomorrow. It has Old Granddad bonded in the cart. Can't complain about that. It's good stuff. It's just nothing. It doesn't like blow my socks off, and it still doesn't. But it has been getting better the longer I let it age or just sit on the shelf. And if I'm not wrong, it's been, bro. I bought this bottle back in like November, so fucking almost a year. That's just sat on the shelf. It's good, but like I believe it's like 25 or under $25 for sure. So yeah, buy that fucking bottle. Let it sit there. Drink it if you want to. It's up to you. Thomas says $27 here in Michigan. $27? I believe I paid less than that, but I could be wrong. Frank says, yeah, it's weird because sometimes I don't care for something, but then I go back and I'm like, what was I thinking? Frank, I'm going to pull this comment over real quick. I want to talk about this comment in particular, right? So Frank nails it on the fucking head. A lot of people will drink a bottle or have a pour or something and go, ugh, I don't care for it. I always say, leave the bottle on your shelf. Let it sit for a minute. You can leave it open for a minute, like a day or two. Don't leave it open too long. But there are some times where your palate just doesn't care for something. And you may think, hey, it's not good. Go back to it. Revisit it 2 or 3 or 4 times to really make sure you don't care for it. Because there's a lot of, how many times I drank Michter's that I go, I'm just not in the mood for Michter's. But there's other times I drink Michter's that I go, man, this is fucking delicious. It just depends on the type of day, what time, what portion you drink it at. Like right now we're drinking this a little later. So like maybe it's the other pours affecting it, or maybe it's just opened up a lot more. You know what I mean? So I say, give your bottles multiple chances, but also like, don't think it's just dog shit on the first sip. You know, a lot of people take one sip and they go, it's not my style. It's not good. It's weeded. It's rye. It's whatever. Give it a chance. Let it sit on your shelf. So that's my thoughts. Tuxedo Cat says, Total Wine, heart eyes. Total Wine's the fucking move. Danielle says, Tux is in heaven with the wine talk. He says, rosé all day. Tuxedo, I do love a good rosé. I'm not a wine guy, but if I'm drinking wine, it's one of two. It's either the St. Augustine sweet red, because it's like a different kind of sweet red. It's different. It's good here. But the rosé all day. Frank says, yeah, it's weird because sometimes I don't care for something, but then I go back and I'm like, what was I thinking? I already read that. It's my fault. Alex says, do you have any refrigerated drinks? I have a fucking fridge full of drinks, yes, but do you mean alcohol? In my fridge, I don't really have alcohol in there. Like I have like fucking Trulies or White Claws, shit like that. I have the wife's mixed drink shit, like fucking strawberry daiquiri, margarita mix. I have stuff like that. I don't put my stuff in there. I do one of two. I leave it up here, or I have an old bottle of like Woodford's. It's like the cheap bottle, which is made into a freezer door old fashioned, and that's only made for when I want an old fashioned, and I don't want to do anything. I've been meaning to make a freezer door old fashioned video, but it's just a lot of work because I gotta waste a lot of shit. But I already have one, so I've been hoping that I drink that. I just don't drink too much when I'm not on stream anymore. But like a freezer door old fashioned is good. I almost picked up today. It's the same brand as this, the Handy and Scheller. This is the old fashioned. I almost picked up the Manhattan version today just to see if it was like worth it. I didn't though because it was a little pricey at the store I went to, so I was like, ah, fuck it. But refrigerated, no. I just have garnishes and stuff like that in the fridge. Freezer door old fashioned. But again, fairly basic. I don't care for mixed drinks too much. I just like old fashions for mixed drinks. And then my bourbon, I like neat. You know, I like to just have a quick pour, and I don't need it cold or frozen or anything like that. So, Mr. Mom says I had an experience with a Rebel 100. I drank the neck off, plus maybe 3 or more pours left for about 3 months. Way better when I revisited. I see a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Rebel 100. But yeah, I also I agree with you. Like, if you don't like it, it's not your style, don't give it away. Don't trade it away. Just don't pour it out. Let it sit for a minute. Let it open up. Let's see what happens in 3 or 6 or 7 months. You know, test out then. If you still don't like it, then do whatever you want with it. Throw it down the toilet for all that matters. But that's just my thoughts. Because there's been a lot of bottles that I've had that I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan. It's good. I'm not the biggest fan. And I'll leave it and I'll come back to it. I'm like, man, this is delicious. Prime example is Old Granddad 100 or Old Granddad Bonded. Thomas says, used to think Buffalo Trace was bad. That's crazy. He says, came back after some time and now I think it's pretty good. Buffalo Trace is very family friendly. It's not going to blow your socks off with flavor. It's not going to like make you rethink life or anything like that. But it's a very solid, cheap bourbon that has like its family tree in a sense. Its branches branch out to some really solid stuff. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to go run to the little streamer's room. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Tuxedo is going to cover the chat. He's going to entertain you guys for the next 2.5 minutes while I go to the bathroom. And then when I come back, we'll resume. So I'll be right back. And we're back. I made it quick. That's all. That's all I can say. Miss Mom says, I make a freezer door old fashioned in 16 or 20 ounces Coke bottles. That's pretty cool. No breakage if it falls out. I would, but what I typically do is I use like I buy like cheap bourbon. Typically I buy like the 375 or 750 milliliters of just regular Woodfords. Cheap enough. I don't really care, right? If it's a freezer door, I'm just going for quickness, not everything else. And I drink a little bit out, and then I put in the bitters. I put a little simple syrup, and then we just ride. So Tuxedo said, resume. Miss Mom says, now we can talk shit. Damn, Miss Mom, it's gone like 1 minute. You already talking shit? Danielle says, Panthers suck. Somebody ban Danielle. Tuxedo said, damn, call me a fashion agent like milk. Damn, bro. Damn. Fucking how quick the fucking chat turns on you. Alex says, Puss in Boots say something or give up or giving up on you. Damn. They turned on you quick too. He said, bro, I literally said something before you said that. Miss Mom said I made a batch with Ancient Age. That's not bad. I would do cheaper stuff, but I personally, I really like Woodfords. And I can get it fairly cheap. And I know, like, I'm never going to talk about regular Woodfords on this channel. Like, nobody actually gives a shit. So I use that bottle. Like, even like old granddad bonded. Like, some people do want to hear about it. So I'm not going to waste this bottle and put it in the freezer, Because I'm never going to run out to the freezer and be like, wait, look, I have a freezer door old fashioned. When that's gone, the next video that I'll do, I'll make a video on my freezer door old fashions. I do make it different. But you guys know my old fashions in general are a little bit different between the bitters I use and stuff like that. And I usually try to switch it up. I don't like to do the same freezer door back to back. Like right now, I have a more of a citrus old fashioned there. It's all just the orange Woodford bitters, where normally I do like cherry and orange. Sometimes I do the aromatic orange and cherries. It just depends. So. Tuxedo says, my hairy puss. That's weird. That's a weird fucking comment, but okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to make a few announcements as far as where the channel is at, because I know a lot of people ask. Right now, we are more than halfway, slightly more, about 200 hours more than halfway to being able to have memberships, super chats, all that kind of shit. What else is on here? Yeah, memberships and super chats are the main thing. Shopping too, who gives a fuck about that? More than halfway. So if you haven't, feel free to go re-watch some of my long form videos to help us get there. Even if you just put it on fucking silent and just set it there, I'm all about it. I'm not complaining on how we get the hours. And then we are exactly halfway to being monetized on YouTube. So that's cool. We also have the Call Me Old Fashioned Fantasy League. That's all free. If you want to join, feel free to join. No buy-ins. I just want to have fun with you guys. Be able to talk some shit. We need roughly 6 more people to join before I finalize that. Again, I'm saying it as many times as I possibly can because I don't want you guys talking shit later when you didn't join. So you had your option. If you want to join though, the community tab has the link. You just click join, save your spot. And then, of course, we just hit 1,300 subscribers. We're on our way to 1,400 already. We're climbing fairly quick. So I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It means a lot to me, even though we're just sitting here drinking bourbon online for hours. So appreciate it. Frank says, favorite mixed drinks, whiskey sour, 2 ounce bourbon, 1 ounce lemon juice, 1 ounce simple syrup ice. Frank, I make that same drink a lot. It's fucking bomb. I will say, with my whiskey sours, I like to typically add a little grenadine or a little bit of cherry juice because I like to think of like Shirley Temple style, but that's just me. Thomas says, I've never had a mixed drink in over 50 years. Thomas. So everybody, and you guys can argue me on this if you want. To me, an old fashioned is not a mixed drink. I understand it's a cocktail. I understand that. But to me, an old fashioned is just a fancy way to drink a pour or take a shot, whatever way you want to word it. Because all you're putting in is a very small amount of bitters, very small amount of sugar, and if you're getting fancy, some kind of garnish like a cherry or an orange, which is very minimal. It's mainly just a fancy way to drink a pour. You're just enhancing it slightly, where some people are like, it's like a Jack and Coke. No, Jack and Coke is where you take Jack and you fucking water it down with Coke. So that's just my opinion, but some people don't agree, and that's totally fine. Tuxu said, brandy, Alexander, 3-ounce cognac, 2-ounce dark cream, 2-ounce cream. I've never had that, so maybe we save that for later. Mr. Mom says, I just got a bottle of Old Forester rye. Okay. I'm going to make a batch with it. I really like the maple syrup in my old fashions. So, St. Augustine Distillery does have a bourbon aged old fashioned mix and a bourbon aged maple syrup, both bomb in an old fashioned. But I will say, anytime I've used maple syrup for the simple syrup, in replace of the simple syrup, it always takes a lot more maple syrup to get to the same effect as simple syrup does. That's just me, though. So. Frank says, Thomas, it's time, buddy. Thomas says, never. Thomas, I would hope that if me and you ever meet, you would allow me to make you an old fashioned and you try that. You don't have to drink the whole thing. I just hope you try it. So to me, I make a mean old fashioned. That's my opinion, though. Daniel says, agree to disagree, mixed drinks. Agree to disagree. Mix is mixed. But I'm not mixing it. I am. I'm twirling around, but I'm not really, if there's not much to mix, Tuxu says, unlimited brandy, Alexander's, Mai Tais, mojitos, Cosmos, daiquiris, pina coladas, margaritas for Danielle's coming up. I'm bad at geography. I like bad. Where is Colorado to where I am? South west US. But that music's still playing. I thought I turned it off. Can you hear it? No way. Where the fuck is it playing from? West Virginia, coming home. All right. Last mixed drinks I had was, bro, Thomas never left me on more of a cliffhanger than he just did. So just saying. Daniel says, I know Florida from, who cares what she says? Alex says, I know Chevy, Colorado is a truck, yes. Chevy, Colorado. Coughed. My bad. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to cough in your ear. Mr. Mom says, try a Godfather cocktail, equal parts scotch and amaretto. What is that, like an amaretto sour? I don't fucking know. I'm not a big scotch guy, though. People give me shit for not liking scotch, but I'm just not big on scotch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently 3 hours, 20 minutes into a live stream. It is 12:21 p.m. or a.m. Eastern time. So if you haven't already, like the stream. We've been live for a while. We only got 15 likes. Not good. I'm not happy with that. That's not good. Because we've had easily 30 plus people in at the time. We have 18 in currently, which means even if everybody in here liked the stream, 3 people didn't. So like the stream. Okay, people dropped out because I started talking about that. It is what it is. Tuxedo Cat typically will tell you guys how to like the stream, how to subscribe, all that stuff, but he's just been slacking because he's talking about fucking Cross Kentucky and Missouri and Kansas right now. Daniel said she liked. I feel like she disliked because of the Panthers thing, but it's okay. Thomas says, sneaking a drink from my aunt, a little gin, and a squirt when I was 10 years old. Okay, well that's a little much. 10-year-old, too young to drink. David in the chat says, hey buddy, just got home from a long day of welding, went fishing, and now just having a whiskey drink before I lay the pipe down on the lady. Hey, there you go, David. Says, hope you have a good night, brother. Hey, David, I hope you have a good night. You just laid out the fucking night of the century. You know, a little work, get a little fishing in, get a little lady in. Hey, we're here for you, bud. Tuck says, that's not my job. I'm an actual mod. What you just described is pity mod jobs. LOL. Where's the ones working for it? LOL. Just jokes, dude. Mr. Mom says, I like whiskey sours, just no egg white in mine. I don't care for the egg white in mine either, but I understand where it's necessary. But Frank says, okay, 1794, hell of a year. Hell of a year. Egg white, what? There's some drinks, Danielle, that incorporate an egg white. Uncooked, just egg whites just dripped in. So Tuxedo says, I prefer my egg white cooked. Hey, don't we all? I mean, some drinks do, like, it does enhance it, but it's just more of like a more creamy effect. Frank says egg white. That's something I've not heard of. Yeah, like fuck, bro. There's a ton of drinks with an egg white. You don't have to have it in it. It's optional. Most of the time, it doesn't change the drink too much, but most of the time, it's to make the drink a little bit more creamier, smooth, shit like that. So. Egg not. That's great. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, old granddad bonded in the books. Let's do one more pour, and then we can call it a night. So you guys can pick whatever's on the shelf. If you know what my shit is, then feel free to pick that. If you need help, just ask. So far, we've done new Riff single barrel. We've done Jim Beam Black 7-year age. We've done Old Granddad Bonded. We've done the little sample bottles that are up there. We're not going to do those. We've done the Old Fashioned Handy and Scheller Rodriguez in the chat says cigars pair better with whiskey. Hey, you're not. You ain't wrong, bud. You ain't wrong. I'd love to smoke a good cigar right now. I can't though. Where I live, they don't allow that shit. So, but I would fucking love for a good old fashioned. KM says E.H. Taylor. I could do an E.H. Taylor small batch. I had the E.H. Taylor small batch and single barrel earlier. So I'll put this up for debate. Mr. Mom says Kentucky Spirit. Okay, a little Kentucky Spirit action. All right. We have two. You guys want to vote on these two? We can do E.H. Taylor small batch or Kentucky Spirit. The Kentucky Spirit I have is a single barrel, which is 101 proof. It is Rickhouse number 3, stored in warehouse CN-E, just in case anybody's fucking curious. They're both very good, but I mean, I would probably give the win to E.H. Taylor here, but Tuxedo says Still Austin. Still Austin is fucking delicious. Rodriguez says Weller. I mean, I had the Weller Special Reserve earlier. I mean, we've been live for 3.5 hours. I've drinking a lot. So I already drank the Weller. I'm not going to redo that one. But I appreciate the pick. Mr. Mom says, have you tried pickled vodka? It may be interesting in Bloody Mary. Mr. Mom, I've had pickled vodka. I've had pickle batch shots. I've had spicy pickled moonshine shots. Those are the best. But KM says, do Kentucky Spirit then. Alex says, makes half of a shot of each. Not going to do that. That would be stupid. Tuxedo says, make a little infinity pour. Guys, you just want me to fucking waste it all? I mean, I could make a half pour each. I just don't think they fucking blend well. 101 versus 100 proof? I guess the proof would matter. Fuck it. You want to do a fucking half shot of each? That's fucking weird, but like, we're here to do weird shit, I guess. Drop a little like on the stream. We're doing half and half. This is fucking stupid as shit. This is so stupid. But you asked for it. You guys made me do it. Fuck it. We're leaving both bottles up. Daniel says, what drink? What you want. Drink what you want. I mean, I drink what I want all the time. That's part of the issue is I'd rather other people fucking tell me what they prefer to watch. Because I'll drink anything on this shelf. That's why I bought it. What a weird fucking mixed drink. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? I'm just saying. We wasted a half a pour EH. Just so you know. So, here we go. That's the half and half. Let's give it a little twirl. The one upside we'll have is each other small batch is good, right? Nice and sweet. The Kentucky Spirit is a little spicier. It's a 101 proof, so we're gaining a half a proof point there. And it's a single barrel. So who doesn't love a good single barrel? But everybody's like, hell yeah, thumbs up. Danielle laughing face. Okay. Fucking apparently you guys like watching me drink weird shit. So, I mean, I appreciate it. Tuxedo says he's here to serve us. Frank says LOL. Alex says now smell it. KM says Friday. Smell it? That's a fucking weird way to say that, Alex, but okay. Daniel says, we're not doing anything, you are. Alex says, give what notes you get, be real. I mean, Alex, if you were here for the whole stream, you'll know my nose is kind of fucked up. Like, my nose got shot pretty early on. I don't know why. It just happens. But honestly, I get more E.H. Taylor, but I get the proof of Wild Turkey. Because Wild Turkey's Kentucky Spirit, it has a lot of ethanol on it. So I get the ethanol of the Kentucky Spirit, but I get the flavors of E.H. Taylor. If I had to like pick out a fucking note out of this, out of the nose, I'm going to say it's like caramel, slight vanilla, but a little bit of like pepper, and then a lot of ethanol. It's a lot of ethanol on that right now. So 50% ethanol. The rest is like I'm picking out because I kind of remember the E.H. Taylor. That's just me being real. All right, let's try it. So again, what a fucking stupid idea. First off, guys, I'm not patting you on the back for this one, but it's half a pour E.H. Taylor, half a pour of Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. 2 different distilleries, 2 different mash bills, 2 different everything, including proof points. But it's only off by 1 proof point, so I feel like if it was going to blend, it has a good chance. All right, let's go for the palate. That's where we can shine anyway. Scott Brown says, cheers, let's taste it. Scott, I know. If you saw what we're drinking, maybe you would recommend, maybe not, but it's fucking weird. I'll tell you that. They're almost like fighting against each other. Okay, like, nobody fucking be weird about what I'm about to say. But, like, it has a sweetness from the E.H. Taylor, which I like, right? E.H. Taylor, Buffalo Trace, they always kind of lean a little bit more sweetness. The Wild Turkey stuff leans a little bit more spicier, right? A little bit more pepper notes. It's fuck, the nose is not working for me. That's my bad, guys, on the nose part. But for palate wise, like, if there was ever two to fucking blend, this is it, right? Like, as far as what I've tried so far, I've never fucking concocted 2 weird ass blends before, but I'll say the sweetness level from the E.H. Taylor blends in fairly well, but also it brings in a little bit of extra proof, a little bit of ethanol. The E.H. Taylor is bottled and bond, right, which is 100 proof for those that don't know. It doesn't drink like 100 proof though. If I drink this pour by itself, it doesn't drink like 100 proof. It drinks more like 90, 95 proof. When you blend it with the Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, which is 101 proof, this drinks like 101 proof, if not higher, which makes this pour, that you can't fucking see apparently, it drinks higher than 100 proof, which is pros and cons. I will say it has more Kentucky Spirit in it because that kind of overpowers a lot of stuff. The proof overpowers it, the peppery part overpowers it, but it has a nice sweetness and a nice finish from the E.H. Taylor. So that's the official review from Call Me Old Fashioned when it comes to this. This is a weird fucking thing. I never recommend anybody doing that. Don't waste your E.H. Taylor or your Kentucky Spirit on this. But I guess it's something cool to do. I've never done that before, but pour half a pour of each and just kind of see what happens. I'll say that Kentucky Spirit's hot. Like the finish on the Kentucky Spirit is super long compared to the E.H. Taylor, so it takes a while to finish off. Danielle says, like and subscribe, people. Danielle, appreciate it. Welcome to Pity Mod status. Alex says, drum roll. Tuxedo says, still need that still awesome though. Daniel says, your face says no. My face says no, but like my head says, let's think about it. Tuxedo says peppy. I don't know what the fuck you typed out, but I'm sure it was you talking shit about me speaking. Frank says GH Kentucky Taylor Spirit small shot. Bro, facts. Yeah, that's what are we drinking on? That GH Kentucky Taylor small shot. Fact. That's what we're drinking on right now. It's awkwardly okay, right? Both individual by itself are way better. So don't blend them. That's the first thing. But like if you were to blend them, it's not the worst thing in the world. I feel like it's a waste of money because the E.H. Taylor is so much more expensive than that fucking Kentucky Spirit. But it's just I don't know. It has a weird vibe to it. It's almost like eating two different things. You're like, oh, what's it taste like? Oh, it's pizza and chicken nuggets. Well, fuck yeah, chicken nuggets over here, pizza over here. It's two different things. But like these are somewhat close enough to where you can almost argue it as far as proof point and flavor points. But it's fucking weird. It's just so weird. It like works, but it doesn't work. If that makes sense. So don't recommend it. Don't waste your liquor on that. But if you like doing dumb experiments, then feel free. Miss Mom says, okay, cover it and try it tomorrow night. This pour? I don't know how I can cover it. I can just stick it up here, but I'll fucking sit there, I guess. Scott Brennan says, do you like Evan Williams' store shelf? What's store shelf to you? Evan Williams' Bottled and Bond is good, but I'm also like one of those ones that are like, hey, I don't care too much for the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. It's on my do not buy list anymore simply because I have so much I don't really care to buy it anymore. High Top says, you still live? Are you still live, bro? I fucking popped on your stream like 5 times already. So, what'd you do? Just end your stream and pop over? You're welcome. High Top, if you wanted to call me old-fashioned fucking fantasy league, the 33 votes we got apparently were fake, so feel free to join if you want. Talking shit because Tuxedo thinks he's gonna win. Yeah, Tuxedo says store shelf. Which store shelf? Gray says, just got offered Weller 12 bottle at my local lounge. Is it good? 12 is apparently one of the better ones. It depends on what price they want you to buy it at, I guess. High Top says, clapping that ass on game. Well, that's because I'm not playing it, because I'd smoke your ass if I fucking had the game, so. If I got to remind the people of 2K fucking NBA, whatever year we played, then I'll remind them, but I just remember you calling me out and me just giving you that work on 2K, but whatever. Whatever. Tuxu says, how much they asking? Gray, let the people know how much they asking. That's the big question. Because 12, Weller 12 is good, but like if it's too much money, then we'll let you know. Coming from a lounge, I imagine it's probably too much. High Top Sports says, how'd MLB go? I remember being like rookie of the year, home run champion. I mean, it was a little bit of a blur, but I remember being pretty good. I remember being when we were online, I spanked that ass the last time I played online. I'm not going to say the same thing for when we were like in the same household. I don't remember that being as good, but I remember being online. I spanked that ass the last time we played. I'm just saying. Alex says, like some legend said once, laying down pipe. Who was that? Shelton's mom? Mr. Mom says, you need to get a Glencairn glass cover. They're glass that fit like a lid. Yeah, I know. I don't have them, though. Apparently, I'm a newbie, I guess. My bad. I've never needed them, so. Scott Brown says, whiskey on ice or whiskey neat? Really, that's your preference? But if you're trying to pull out the best flavors or the best like nose or anything like that, it's always whiskey neat. Me personally, I'm going whiskey neat. But I'll also preference with, before I started this channel, I used to drink everything like whiskey on ice, whiskey like chilled on that. But the cold temperature of a whiskey does change the notes. It mutes it a little bit. So it just depends on like what you're going for. If you're just drinking a drink, chill it down. Why not, right? It does make it a little bit smoother, but the neat allows you to pull more flavors, more notes. So High Top was talking about MLB. Bro, if I had the fucking game set up in here, I'd be fucking working all y'all, but I don't have the setup. The way my bank account's set up, I have a checking and a savings. It takes a while for the checkings to go into the savings. Ladies and gentlemen, we're cruising towards the end of the stream, so let me get a couple. He's like, what proof do you prefer? Scott, my preferred proof is anywhere from 105 to 115. That's my ideal proof. A little bit higher, a little bit lower, obviously. Like, I can deal with it. It's not a big deal. But like, if I got to like choose a bottle, that's where I'm going. Text you to say Kevin Hart. Yeah, that's where it came from. Miles says, how do you like those Redwood Empires? I love Redwood Empire. Talk about them all the fucking time. Redwood Empire is solid. A lot of the white labels you see over here, $35, hard to pass up for that kind of stuff. 90 proofers though, if you got some extra money, the biggest issue with Redwood Empire is they go from $35 to $85. Mid-September, late September, they're coming out with a Redwood Empire Pipe Dream 101 proof. I imagine that's going to be like their middle range bottle, so I expect that to be their number one selling come September. So Danielle says, one more pour, I think. Just saying. All right, Danielle, pick it out. Which one do you want me to pour? Oh, he said Still Austin. All right. All right, last pour of the night, boys. Still Austin, cask strength. I don't have any more Glen, so we're going to go with my Uncle Cup. And this will be the last pour of the night. So. But yeah, again, like the stream if you haven't already. Drop a little like you like. Helps the boy out. Subscribe if you haven't already. We just hit 1,300 subscribers, so a little mile marker check there. And then, of course, fantasy is coming up, fantasy football. There's a link on the community tab. If you want to join the fantasy football league, feel free. There is there's no buy-in. We have a few spots left. If you want to join, feel free to join. If you win, you get number one. You get $200. If you get second place, you get nothing. Because if you're not first, you're last. So Scott says, I'm new to whiskey, bourbon. I usually drink beer. What's a few brands to consider buying under $50? Under $50. Well, Scott, if you go through my channel, I have a whole video on this, a little short. So feel free to watch that. Favorite budget bottle? Jim Beam Black, 7-year age, $18 at Total Wine. You can get Buffalo Trace under $50. You can get Redwood Empire. Any of the white labels under $50. Those are all worth trying. Even this bottle, this is about $50 for cask strength. So maybe add this to your list if you have a little bit more than $50 to spend. But yeah, I mean, kind of go back and rewatch that video, I would say. kind of gives you a rundown. Alex says, "Now smell it." Laugh my ass off. You're right. It sounded weird. It did. Isaiah Green said, "Just popping in. Hope everyone is doing well." Isaiah Green, we're all doing great. We're cruising on a 4-hour live stream, so we're getting a little tired. So we're gonna end it soon, but yeah, we're doing fine. We're probably gonna go live for tomorrow's UFC fights, but you never know. We're just playing it by ear. Makata in the chat says, "Sorry I'm late, man. How's the week going?" I'm sure he's saying. It's cruising. It's cruising along. We're having a good time. Friday stream, obviously. We're having a good old time on Friday, but tomorrow we're probably going to go live for the UFC fights, hang out, have a good time. We've tried everything under the sun tonight. We've had new Riff, single barrel. We've had Weller Special Reserve. We've had fucking Travelers. We've had Jim Beam Black 7-year. We had 4 samples sent in from a subscriber, which is going to be the Knob Creek 12-year E.H. Taylor single barrel, Van Winkle Lot B, which was a big fucking topic tonight, and then of course Watershed barrel proof single barrel from some YouTuber I can't remember right now. Isaiah says, "I'm good. I rarely drink, but when I do, it's whiskey. Any negativity to putting whiskey in the freezer? I only see it on the shelves like that." No, nothing wrong with putting it in the freezer. The only issue with putting it in the freezer, like if you're going to drink it neat, is when you drink whiskey cold, or on ice for that matter, especially, is that cold mutes the notes that you try to get. Like if this is on ice and I go smell it, I'm going to smell cold, then the notes. So it makes it harder to pull the notes out. But if you like it on ice, or if you like it cold, drink it how you like. That's the most important part. So nothing wrong with it. It's just me in particular. I put it on the shelves because I drink it room temperature. So Mr. Mom says Jameson Black Barrel is really good, below 50. Hey, there you go. Frank says Makers cash strength, Scott, under $50. Makata says besides the divorce, LOL, doing good. Makata, what do you mean? Hopefully not, Makata. Hopefully you're doing better than that. But if you are, we're here for you. Makata says, all good. No more missed streams from now on. Hey. It's okay if you miss them. At the same time, like, you've been late, so you're getting a tardy slip, so. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. We've been live for almost 4 hours. I think it's been enough. So if you guys want to chat more, feel free to go get into that fantasy football league. I'll be chatting with you guys as much as I can. Not as much Tuxedo Cat because he chats more than anybody, but again, I'm there to hang out. Makata, if you want, Makata, I think you asked about it. So the quick version is the fantasy football league. If you want in, there's no buy-in. Go to the community tab, click the link, join the fucking league. No buy-in. I just want you to participate. So if you're not going to participate and you're going to ignore it for months, don't join. That would be stupid. But if you want to join, you want to have some fun with the boys, you want to hang out, want to talk some shit, join the league. It's all fun and games. The winner is going to get $200 from me. I'll cash app you, Venmo, Zelle, whatever you fucking prefer. I don't care. You got to win though. So that's your first hurdle. So if you want in, go get that link. There's only a few spots left. I think as of right now, there's 6. There could be less than that from the last time I checked, though. Isaiah says, good to know. Thanks for the info. Isaiah, you're welcome. Mr. Mom says, I don't think DEI allows you to say tardy. I can say whatever I want. Makata says, join now. If you're in the fantasy football league, you better grab your spot. That's all I'm saying. There was like 33 people that wanted in, so I just keep repeating it because people, they're going to complain that I didn't tell them, so I try to give them a heads up. Scott Brown says, Evan Williams, Jim Beam, or Jack Daniels, which is smoother? Jim Beam, probably overall. Jack Daniels, if you get one of the more expensive bottles. Evan Williams is last place regardless. Miles says, adios, nice beard. Miles, appreciate it. I mean, I do have a nice beard, but I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. We'll go live every Friday around 9 p.m. And then we're going to go live tomorrow, Saturday, for the UFC fights, just to hang out and have some fun. So, Tuxedo says, Jim is the smoothest, at least I think, but I don't know. Thomas says, good night, all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. Appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. That helps us out quite a bit. We just hit 1,300 subscribers. We're going to try and hit 14, 15, 1 million subscribers, whatever you guys want. I'm trying to hit that soon. So if you haven't already, jump in the Fantasy League. Tomorrow we should be able to do the picks. And then, of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you boys on the other side. Peace.